The mysterious Göbekli Tepe situation is unraveling. Göbekli Tepe, an archaeological site in southeastern Turkey, has been at the center of historical interest and mystery since its discovery. Dating back over 11,000 years, it is believed to be one of the oldest known temples or ceremonial structures ever built by humanity, predating Stonehenge by several millennia. However, in recent weeks, rumors and theories have emerged, claiming that excavation work at Göbekli Tepe has mysteriously slowed down or stopped altogether. Even more intriguing, some assert that trees have been deliberately planted across the site to halt future archaeological efforts and prevent historians from uncovering more of our ancient past. Since 2016, all excavation activities at Göbekli Tepe, a site of utmost historical importance, have ceased. Instead, a roof has been erected above the site, and portions requiring excavation have been concealed by arboreal cover. Furthermore, the use of heavy machinery to build roadways over the excavation site aroused worry comparable to how filling the interior of Hagia Sophia with drywall or replacing the seating stones of an antique theatre with new marble. Their roots will penetrate stones that are a minimum of 11,000 years old, rendering future excavations nearly unfeasible. Covering an archaeological site with concrete has no validity if not explained to the residents of that country. The interesting element is that the Turkish population remains mainly oblivious. Eventually, the archaeological community and the residents who are aware of the matter are curious as to how such folly can be explained by executives of Dogus Group, leaving this issue unanswered. Klaus Schmidt's widow, who is also an archaeologist, makes annual journeys to Göbekli Tepe. Shocked by the alterations, she has called the situation as ludicrous and has uploaded unseen photographs of the roadwork on Instagram, generating more conflict within the archaeological community. In light of these developments, the site's formal opening date for tourists has been declared. This revelation indicates how the government's purpose with Göbekli Tepe is purely economic, meaning no archaeological development is anticipated for any time soon, generating concerns in the archaeology world. These recent announcements taps into a broader narrative about hidden knowledge and the suppression of historical truths. The idea that forces, whether governmental, academic, or even something more nefarious, are working to obscure our understanding of human history. Twitter users have asserted that a haunting voicemail they received might be connected to various phenomena, such as the disappearance of a passenger aeroplane, extraterrestrial existence, or an approaching doomsday. In this voicemail, a voice delivers a pre-recorded message using the phonetic alphabet. Some individuals have suggested that the numerical values represent a series of coordinates. According to their assertion, inputting these coordinates into Google Maps directs to specific locations, a spot in Africa and another close to Malaysia. Upon examination by numerous users, it was observed that the location mentioned in the voicemail was remarkably proximate to the spot where a famous airline's flight disappeared from radar surveillance. This close proximity led to theories suggesting that the voicemail might actually be a recording capturing the ill-fated aircraft's potential interaction with an advanced spacecraft. The initial social media post seems to have kicked off with Ty, a regular Twitter individual without any obvious pre-existing fascination with mysteries. On the 13th of March, Ty shared a recorded voicemail that was left on his phone and requested assistance in deciphering its contents. The voicemail reads, "Danger. SOS. It is dire for you to evacuate. Be cautious. They are not human." This act sparked curiosity and collaboration among his audience to decode the message accurately. In a widely shared post that has now been deleted, many raised questions and expressed their disbelief. Oddly enough, shortly after this, it was revealed that Ty vanished, and since this announcement, he hasn't made a post on social media and his account has since been hacked. On top of this, when you put the coordinates into Google, a mysterious website shows up. In the middle of the screen is the phonetic alphabet that reads, "You have now been added." Upon Ty sharing the content of the voicemail he had received, he then received a text message from a mysterious individual based in Indonesia. Oddly enough, upon translating the contents of the message, it revealed the following: "End the post you just shared about the recording on your phone." Tai proceeded to elaborate on his astonishment, expressing his complete perplexity regarding how this particular phone number had obtained his contact details. Furthermore, he was equally baffled by the fact that they seemed to possess information about his Twitter account. He revealed that he received this mysterious text message just moments after tweeting about the strange voicemail.
Sierra, Delta, Alpha, November, Golf, Echo, Romeo, Sierra, Oscar, Sierra, India, Tango, India, Sierra, Delta, India, Romeo, Echo, Foxtrot, Oscar, Romeo, Yankee, Oscar, Uniform, Tango, Oscar, Echo, Victor, Alpha, Charlie, Uniform, Alpha, Tango, Echo, Bravo, Echo, Charlie, Alpha, Uniform, Tango, India, Oscar, Uniform, Sierra, Tango, Hotel, Echo, Yankee, Alpha, Romeo, Echo, November, Oscar, Tango, Hotel, Uniform, Mike, Alpha, November, 042933964230, Sierra, Oscar, Sierra, Delta, Alpha, November, Golf, Echo, Romeo, Sierra, Oscar, Sierra.
Several nights prior to the commencement of the messages, Tai shared an unsettling incident on social media. He recounted an unusual occurrence where an unfamiliar individual drove past his residence late at night, specifically at 3 a.m, and proceeded to capture photographs using a flash. This eerie event raised concerns and garnered attention from his followers and friends. In his current understanding, he holds the belief that there is a connection between the individual carrying the camera and both the voicemail and direct messages that he has recently received. Ever since his social media post gained immense popularity, causing a surge of supernatural discussions and investigations on Twitter, numerous equally disturbed users have stepped up to share that they too have encountered the mysterious message. This widespread phenomenon has triggered a profound exploration into the realm of unexplained occurrences, prompting a deep dive into the nature of these eerie communications and their implications. Another user received the same automated voicemail as Tai. This man said that this encounter with an automated voicemail really affected him. The cryptic message, laden with urgency and foreboding, spoke of danger. The message was an SOS signal and a chilling warning which revealed that they are not human. It was an ordinary day like any other, when the man checked his voicemail and stumbled upon a message that would forever alter the course of his life. The voice, cold and mechanical, spoke with an urgency that sent shivers down his spine. Danger. SOS. It is dire for you to evacuate. Be cautious. They are not human. Bewildered and unnerved by the cryptic warning, the man's mind raced with questions. He quickly shared the message to social media, where people couldn't explain what was happening. Haunted by the ominous voicemail, he said that he wanted to get to the bottom of what it meant, saying that he was determined to unravel the mystery that had gripped his imagination. He scoured the internet for clues, delving into theories and urban legends in search of any semblance of truth. Yet, amidst the sea of speculation and conjecture, he found no concrete answers, only more questions and uncertainty. The only thing that was coming up was a location in Malaysia, with others saying that perhaps the voicemail was sent out by someone from this location. As the voicemail continued, the sense of unease only grew, with some recipients reporting feelings of dread and paranoia that lingered long after the message ended. Attempts to trace the origin of the transmission led to a dead end, with no clear explanation for its sudden appearance or purpose. Using advanced tracing techniques and digital footprints and Google Earth, online users said that they were able to trace the origin of the transmission to an obscure location in Malaysia. The discovery only served to deepen the mystery, as questions arose about who or what could be responsible for the transmission and what their intentions might be. Speculation ran rampant, with theories ranging from government experiments to extraterrestrial communications, but no definitive answers could be found. Yet, despite the widespread attention it garnered, The origins of the creepy automated voicemail remained shrouded in mystery, leaving many questions unanswered and minds unsettled. Sir Victor Godard and the Time Slip. The skies are a wondrous place, and ever since man evolved, we've dreamt of being able to fly. Of course, this is now possible, and thanks to the technological advancements in aircraft, being able to fly has meant that human eyes have seen things that we should not necessarily have seen. If you've ever been to Scotland, you'll know that its impressive landscapes and sprawling greenery can be extremely relaxing and very picturesque to fly over. But for one man in 1935, his routine flight over the Highlands became a little strange. Wing Commander Victor Godard was conducting a routine aerial inspection of a disused World War I Air Force base at Drem near East Lothian. The base, which was dilapidated and had not been used for years, appeared to be being used as a farm. A day or two later, Godard flew back towards his own base. It was a grey and rainy Monday, with low visibility and high winds, completely the wrong conditions for a pleasant flight, as you can imagine. He attempted to navigate towards Drem, but couldn't work out where to fly, given the conditions. Suddenly, Godard lost complete control of his plane. It plummeted towards Earth through the thick grey cloud, which offered no brakes. As he reached 200 feet, he was certain it was over. But it wasn't. Godard reported seeing swirling water and a stony beach and was flying near 150 miles an hour. Drem's hangars appeared as a silhouette in the bleakness of the afternoon, and as he approached the airfield, the skies brightened completely. As he flew nearer, he noticed a distinct difference in Drem's appearance. The airfield was freshly tarmacked, the hangars restored, and 4 bright yellow aircraft sat on the stand. One model of aircraft he didn't recognize, a monoplane of a new variation with RAF markings. Strangely, in 1935, the RAF had no monoplanes, not even for training purposes. There were men working on the ground, wearing light blue overalls, which was also strange as the mechanics that Godard was used to seeing normally wore tan grey. Nobody seemed to notice Godard's plane flying low over the airfield, and as he pulled his joystick backwards and powered back into the skies, the grey skies and ray returned. Soon he was near his intended destination and landed, dazed. Godard tried to comprehend what he'd seen, but simply couldn't. His colleagues thought he was either drunk or mad, and he stopped telling his story. However, 4 years later, the airbase at Drem would be refurbished. The RAF uniforms would change to light blue, and a new training monoplane painted bright yellow arrived on the tarmac at Drem. As time went by, Victor Godard came to the startling conclusion that he'd, in fact, travelled through time. The hikers on Devil's Mountain. Resting on the border of San Pablo, there is a mountain referred to by locals living in the area as the Devil's Mountain. The mountain has been surrounded with a number of disappearances from hikers every single year that claims the lives of even the most experienced hikers in the region. One such story from the locals tells of that of a married couple that went on a hike to the mountain and stayed there for a few days. After they had met others and told them they would be taking a forked path, they were never seen from again, leaving many people wondering which path they had taken, since there seemed to have been no forked path in the area. This story would later come up once again after a group of boys went to the mountain on a hiking trip and came across a married couple that fit the look and description of the couple that had went missing a few years prior, and so followed the couple, believing that they might be ghosts or strange manifestations of the lost couple. As they followed the couple, they witnessed them going down a forked path and so followed them, of which eventually led to them losing sight of the couple and sustaining injuries falling down an area of the mountain. This has led some to believe that the lost people of whom went hiking on the mountain are still there, stuck in a possible time loop or warped reality in which they are jumping through time and encountering other people of whom have went missing on the mountain years prior. These fears have left many, including experienced hikers, worried as to how or why these strange occurrences have been appearing on the mountain, and so leave many fearful of journeying through the region. Are shadow people time travelers? Shadow people sound a bit creepy, right? They are defined as supernatural shadow-like humanoid figures that, according to believers, are seen flickering on walls and ceilings in the viewer's peripheral vision. Shadow people are considered as entities of the underworld, but those who have experienced them are not sure whether they are evil, helpful, or just there. Scientists have tried to offer explanations for the phenomena. For example, some researchers conclude that seeing shadow figures are simply symptoms of sleep paralysis or deprivation, and others have noted that drug addicts are more likely to experience these sorts of hallucinations. Alternatively, they can simply be the mind playing tricks on somebody who's experiencing a heightened sense of alert, for example, when you're walking down a dark alley at night. However, some people are convinced that shadow people are actually apparitions of time travelers. They think that the reason that they are only in shadow form is because we, on Earth, can't clearly see the future and therefore find it hard to see these figures. Instead of being supernatural or devilish creatures, they are actually just people from other dimensions. They also don't seem to be taking any notice of the people that see them, therefore fitting in with the common time travel theme. Often when time traveling, the person experiencing it is not noticed by anybody else. The thing is, this is all heavily disputed, and the scientific explanations are well weighted in their favor. We'll never know for sure if shadow people are time travelers or not, or even real. But one thing is for sure: the human imagination is a powerful thing. The disappearance of Jean Virginia Sampere. British Columbia, Canada. Sometime around 10 or 11 p.m. on the 14th of October 1971. 18-year-old Jean Virginia Sampere was walking along Highway 16 with her cousin Alvin before he turned back to get a jacket from home. He believed she was going to a nearby shop, but upon his return to the highway, she was nowhere to be seen. Alvin reported hearing a car door shutting, but nothing else. Earlier that evening, Jean had been seen by her brother Rod's wife, Violet. Violet recounted that Jean had been at her mother's house, but had left crying. After attempting to go after Jean, Violet was stopped by Jean's mother, who told Violet that Jean would return. Jean was of Gitxsan descent. The Gitxsan were a First Nation, meaning south of the Arctic Circle, indigenous group. When Jean failed to return home that night, her mother reported her to the Jitsiji Indian band, who, due to protocol, waited for some time to report the disappearance to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. The search for Jean continued for 8 days, with police officers from other towns joining the search. Alas, despite tip-offs in larger cities such as Vancouver and Toronto, no trace of Jean was found. A 1971 report from the Jitsiji band chief counsellor determined that Jean had drowned, and the case was formally closed in 1985, only to be subsequently reopened after the family complained that there was no conclusive evidence that Jean had drowned. For Jean to have simply vanished was as alarming as it was strange, and subsequent events in the area fueled more sinister theories about the case. Her brother Rod alleged that he had seen files stating that a man named Kenny Russell had found some footprints near Jitsiji River. Although the footprints were never identified, this was the piece of evidence said to be behind the drowning theory. Rather mysteriously, Jean's boyfriend had gone missing soon before she disappeared herself, but was found drowned in the Skeena River nearby. The authorities initially thought that Jean may have committed suicide, but once again, this theory was dispelled as Jean was not known to be a suicide risk. The most chilling theory is that Jean was the second of the first 3 victims of the Highway of Tears, a stretch of Highway 16 where between 18 and 83 people have either gone missing or been murdered since 1970. This theory is supported by the car door noise her cousin heard on the night she disappeared. Worryingly, there is known to be disproportionately high numbers of murders and disappearances of Indigenous women on the victim list. Jean Virginia Sampere may well have been number 2 on that list. The disappearance of Susan Pearson. In 1966, a woman by the name of Susan Elizabeth Pearson was last seen in Missoula, Montana, and has not been seen since. Miss Pearson, an American woman from Portland, Oregon, went missing due to mysterious circumstances. She had been a graduate student at the University of Montana and was teaching there as an instructor at the time of her disappearance, days before her doctoral thesis was due. She was last seen by her friends on campus, as she was meant to take her business administration exam but never arrived. Likewise, Susan missed 2 work checks meant for her adding up to $1,200, which were never claimed. Initial searches for the woman were futile, yet when the police checked her apartment, they found it in pristine condition, untouched, with not a single sign of struggle. Her car was soon thereafter found completely abandoned in Missoula's business district. Her belongings were still in the car when the police checked it. They found her keys, purse, and other necessities inside, ones that any sane person would never leave unattended. Bones were found in 1970, but were analysed and found to be animal remains. Susan Elizabeth Pearson is one of the oldest missing persons cases Montana has had in the past century. Curiously, Ms. Pearson was the granddaughter of Walter Pearson, Oregon's Democratic senator. Susan King, who was one of Susan Pearson's friends and a prominent singer at a nightclub, told the police that she had visited her on the night before her sudden disappearance, and that Pearson was in a frantic, nervous state. It was just a different Sue, she had stated. A prominent piece of the puzzle was the information King also received. Pearson mentioned leaving her life behind to begin anew in her frantic state. Later, she added that 2 delinquent boys from the course she was teaching threatened her with physical violence. Pearson's brother, David, added that it appeared his sister rushed out of her apartment and the tea kettle was left to boil on the stove. Days after her disappearance, there was a report of a sighting in Lolo Pass, but evidence of her actually being there is non-existent. No further sightings were ever reported. The Buache map shows Antarctica without ice. For over 40,000 years, Antarctica has been covered by glaciers and snow, making it one of the most inhospitable places on the planet. The ice makes it impossible for Antarctica to be a home to any humans. However, there are some thinkers who believe this wasn't always so. The Buache map was drawn by French geographer Philippe Buache. Buache drew his maps by combining his geographic knowledge, research from contemporary explorers, and astronomical observation. The map he produced in 1739 was titled in French. However, when translated, it means Map of the Southern Lands contained between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Pole, where the new discoveries made in 1739 to the south of the Cape of Good Hope may be seen. The biggest discovery on Buache's map was that it appeared to depict Antarctica before it was buried by ice, leading some explorers and geographers to use it as evidence that Antarctica was inhabited by an ancient civilization before being rediscovered in the 19th century. The most famous proponent of this theory was Charles Hapgood, who published Buache's map in his 1966 book Maps of the Ancient Sea Kings. However, the arguments of Hapgood and others have been met with criticism. Firstly, many argue that Hapgood did not take care in translating Buache's annotations on the map before publishing it, and if he had, he would have realized that Buache did not mean to depict an ice-free Antarctica. For example, there are multiple annotations over Antarctica on the map where Buache has written conjecturé and soupçonné, which translate as conjectured and suspected, showing Buache himself was not sure that human life could survive on Antarctica. What's more, the annotations also make frequent references to icebergs, freezing temperatures, and glaciers over Antarctica. Icebergs are even drawn on the map. Therefore, for many, the argument that Buache was using the map to claim Antarctica was ice-free would be ludicrous. Secondly, 2 versions of Buache's map were created, one which shows Antarctica with ice and one without. This has led some to suspect that the latter version of Buache's map might have been drawn by another cartographer or even forged. Thirdly, there is every possibility that Buache was mistaken. Buache was a highly qualified man who was one of the foremost theoretical geographers, and a lot of deductions on his map have proved true. For example, the existence of Alaska and the Bering Strait. However, that is not to say his work was faultless. His map shows New Zealand as a peninsula of the Antarctic landmass and a central Antarctic Sea, both of which are incorrect. It's possible the map was drawn by Buache, but showing an ice-free Antarctica that could have housed an ancient civilization was just another mistake he made. The truth of the matter is, we will never know if Antarctica was once home to an ancient civilization. In some areas of Antarctica, there are 30 tons of ice weighing down on the land surface. If this ice were to be removed, the land would be so low that sea levels would immediately flood it. Frustratingly, this means there is no way to prove or disprove Buache's map and the theories that have come from it. Carl Disch, a renowned physicist recognized for his significant contributions to the realm of particle physics, hailed from a quaint German town where his fascination with science, especially physics, bloomed at an early age. His academic journey commenced with the pursuit of physics studies at a university in Germany, and later took him across the Atlantic to the United States, culminating in the award of a PhD in particle physics. Despite his illustrious career, the scientific world was thrown into disarray by Carl Disch's inexplicable disappearance at Bird Station in Antarctica. This enigmatic event has perplexed the scientific community to its core, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and sparking numerous theories and speculations. The mystery surrounding Carl Disch's fate continues to captivate the minds of researchers and enthusiasts alike. Throughout his professional journey, Disch played a pivotal role in advancing the realm of particle physics by making substantial and noteworthy contributions. His focused area of research revolved around the intricate examination of the characteristics of subatomic particles, showcasing a profound expertise in this specialized domain. Distinguished for his profound insights, Disch authored numerous scholarly articles in esteemed scientific publications, underlining his status as a distinguished authority in the field. Moreover, his reputation transcended borders, as evidenced by the frequent invitations extended to him to deliver keynote addresses at prestigious symposiums and esteemed educational institutions across the globe. Disch's impact extended beyond his research endeavors. His role as an educator and mentor was equally notable. Renowned for his adept teaching abilities, he garnered admiration as a professor appreciated for his accessibility and profound knowledge. His commitment to nurturing budding physicists showcased his dedication to shaping the future of the field, earning him immense respect among his students. Apart from contributing significantly to the academic realm through his research, Disch's legacy includes a profound influence on aspiring physicists, exemplifying a profound dedication to both knowledge dissemination and mentorship. Bird Station served as a secluded research outpost, situated in one of the most extreme climates worldwide. This remote facility, known for its unforgiving environment, was where Disch embarked on his research journey with great enthusiasm. Despite the harsh conditions that surrounded him, Disch's determination and passion for his work remained unwavering as he delved into the complexities of his research. Upon his arrival at Bird Station, a series of events unfolded that eventually led to his mysterious disappearance. Disch, a researcher hailed for his expertise and competence, started displaying unusual behavior marked by erratic and unpredictable actions. His concerned peers at the time attempted to establish contact with him in a bid to assist, only to be met with silence on his end. The transformation of Disch from a reliable professional to a troubled individual at Bird Station stirred deep apprehension among those who worked alongside him, prompting them to seek ways to support him despite his reluctance to engage. Over the ensuing days, Disch's conduct took a bizarre turn, escalating in peculiarity. His presence at the station was marked by aimless strolls, accompanied by incoherent muttering and erratic actions that raised concerns among his co-workers. Despite multiple attempts by his peers to address the situation, Disch remained obstinate, disregarding logical appeals and persisting in his unpredictable demeanor. After a series of unfolding events, the pivotal moments preceding Disch's vanishing occurred on a particular day when he was observed departing from the station and venturing into the unforgiving Antarctic terrain. Despite the earnest attempts of his companions to prevent him, Disch ventured into the wild and has remained beyond contact or sighting ever since. The circumstances surrounding his disappearance paint a mysterious picture, leaving many unanswered questions about what transpired in the vast and icy expanses of the Antarctic. In 1965, Disch and his fellow scientists, including other researchers, set foot at Bird Station, situated approximately 600 miles away from the South Pole, initiating a substantial and long-lasting scientific expedition. Over the following half-year period, Disch predominantly dedicated his time to operations within a radio booth positioned a significant distance of 1 mile from the primary station building. To facilitate navigation amid the challenging and unpredictable Antarctic climate conditions, a sturdy rope was strategically extended between these establishments, serving as a lifeline to ensure safe traversal in adverse weather scenarios. Carl Disch demonstrated great familiarity with the terrain as he navigated skillfully between buildings, adeptly using a rope for assistance. However, on the morning of May 8th, a peculiar turn of events occurred. He departed from the radio booth with the intention of reaching the station building, but mysteriously vanished, never to be seen again. This unexpected disappearance raised questions and sparked inquiries into the circumstances surrounding his final moments. After a thorough investigation, it came to light that Disch departed the radio booth precisely at 9 in the morning, a time when darkness still enveloped the surroundings. The weather conditions were harsh, with a relentless strong wind gusting through the Antarctic landscape, accompanied by a bone-chilling temperature plummeting to -44 degrees Fahrenheit. Despite the extreme cold, Disch donned specialized attire made for Antarctic exploration, ensuring he was adequately protected from the severe elements. Considering his attire and the familiarity of the route between the dwellings, the journey between the houses was estimated to be under 30 minutes. When Disch failed to arrive at the station by the designated time of 10 in the morning, his co-workers grew increasingly concerned. In response, they swiftly organized a search party to comb through the vicinity around the rope connecting the two structures. As the clock ticked towards 11:30 in the morning, their diligent efforts paid off when they stumbled upon a discernible path of human footprints originating from the radio box, hinting at a possible direction where Disch might have ventured. The traces commenced their journey from the base of a ladder connected to the cabin. However, rather than veering towards the south following the rope, which would be the conventional path one would anticipate, they took a westerly direction leading them to the ski trail meticulously planned by the scientific community. After meticulously tracing the tracks left behind by Disch, his companions diligently pursued the footprints for approximately 4 miles, only to be confounded when the trail abruptly vanished. The puzzling aspect of this scenario became glaringly apparent as the team scanned their surroundings, revealing no trace of a lifeless form believed to have been concealed by the snow, nor any indication pointing towards a potential attack on Disch that would have culminated in the removal of his body. Upon further observation, it appeared peculiar that, considering the circumstances of being lost in a blizzard, Disch's footprints did not exhibit the typical pattern of a person wavering back and forth in search of the correct route to the station. Instead, the tracks indicated a deliberate and intentional movement in a specific direction. This intriguing detail raised questions about the purpose behind Disch's confident stride amidst such challenging conditions. The clear direction in which he appeared to be heading suggested a determined resolve rather than uncertainty or confusion. Upon analysis, it was indicated that during the specific instance of movement, Carl did not perceive himself as being disoriented or bewildered. Due to the depletion of their fuel reserves, the team faced obstacles in examining the location where the signs of Disch's presence had been absent for an extended period, prompting their return to the station. They made the unanimous decision to replenish the fuel for their means of transportation before resuming their investigation of the vanished tracks. Following the refueling process, the team re-engaged in a meticulous and exhaustive 3-hour exploration of the vicinity, yet the outcome remained disappointing as no significant discoveries were made during this extended search period. Upon their return to the base at 6 in the evening, the team found themselves without any discoveries to report. The escalating winds had forced them to halt their inspection, rendering it impossible to proceed. Despite this setback, they clung to a glimmer of hope, fueled by the possibility that Disch, albeit chilled and lost, might still be alive, eagerly anticipating their rescue mission. The harsh weather conditions had thwarted their efforts, but the team's determination remained unwavering, as they refused to abandon the notion that their companion could be awaiting their arrival, in dire need of assistance. Upon arriving at the station, they commenced a thorough exploration of the surroundings, meticulously examining both the station premises and the radio booth. Subsequently, they rallied together to establish a human chain, systematically combing through the path connecting the base to the ski trail. This path was in close proximity to the point where the individual's tracks vanished, prompting a concerted effort to unravel the mystery. Despite facing challenging weather conditions, the team actively engaged in illuminating searchlights and launching flares at regular intervals of 30 minutes. They persisted in these efforts until the visibility deteriorated significantly, rendering these actions futile. During the subsequent day, the initiation of the third search mission took place, focusing on examining the vicinity spanning from the base to the ski run following the chain of tracks. Regrettably, at that point, the tracks had predominantly deteriorated due to powerful winds. Occasionally, they encountered undamaged tracks along the way. However, after covering a distance of 4 miles, these tracks eventually vanished. The team diligently scoured the area, meticulously tracing the remnants of tracks despite the challenging conditions posed by the weather. On the fateful morning of May 10, 1965, which marked 2 days after Carl's mysterious vanishing, a renewed and extensive search operation was set into motion. The exploration initially commenced at the Central Station complex and subsequently extended towards the southern direction, conducting thorough searches in both the eastern and western regions, clearly marking the areas that were investigated. However, despite an exhaustive examination spanning 12 miles beyond the station boundaries, no discoveries were made. The meticulous search operation covered a significant radius outside the station compound, encompassing detailed sweeps of the surrounding areas in all cardinal directions. During the operations conducted on May 12th, thorough searches were conducted within the Baird Station's northeastern and southwestern areas. Despite the favorable weather conditions at that time, the darkness posed a significant challenge to the search efforts as visibility was greatly hindered. Subsequently, over the following 2 days, the combination of intense winds and dense fog severely limited visibility to the point where conducting further searches became unfeasible. This climatic deterioration hampered the search team's ability to continue their operations effectively, highlighting the intricate challenges they faced in their mission due to environmental factors. On May 14th, an extensive search covering an area of 35 square miles was conducted in an attempt to locate Carl, but unfortunately, no signs of him were discovered. Despite thorough efforts, neither Carl nor any clues leading to his whereabouts were unearthed. Subsequently, the search operation was called off. The inquiries that were raised in the past remain relevant even today. The perplexing circumstances surrounding Carl's deviation from his typical path along the rope continue to puzzle many. The mystery deepens with the question of how he managed to vanish without a single trace. It is intriguing that had he merely been lost and succumbed to the cold, his remains would likely have been discovered during the extensive search efforts. The abrupt cessation of his tracks, almost as if he evaporated into nothingness, adds an additional layer of complexity to this enigma. These unanswered questions linger, provoking curiosity and speculation about the bizarre sequence of events that led to Carl's mysterious disappearance. In the investigation of predator attacks in Antarctica, polar bears were swiftly dismissed as suspects since they are not native to the region, eliminating any potential involvement of four-legged predators altogether. The primary threat to coastal penguins comes from a limited group of predators, namely skuas, killer whales, and sea lions. In Antarctica, the vanishing of Carl Disch at Bird Station raised significant alarm within the scientific realm, prompting immediate and extensive search operations to locate him. The challenging terrain and extreme conditions of Antarctica posed obstacles to the search efforts, necessitating the formation of a specialized team of professionals to lead the investigative process. The disappearance of Disch not only spurred concerns about his well-being, but also underscored the complexities involved in conducting search and rescue missions in such a remote and unforgiving environment. The collaborative efforts of the assembled experts highlighted the meticulous approach taken to unravel the mystery behind Disch's disappearance. During the initial stage of the search operation, significant attention was directed towards the immediate vicinity of Bird Station. Dedicated search and rescue teams, in collaboration with volunteers from the scientific sector, meticulously combed through the area. This meticulous search encompassed a thorough exploration of the nearby wilderness on foot and an extensive aerial reconnaissance using helicopters. Regrettably, despite the exhaustive efforts exerted by the search teams, there was no trace or indication of Disch's whereabouts in this large-scale search operation. In the course of the ongoing search efforts, the focus gradually transitioned towards a more thorough and detailed examination of the series of events preceding Disch's vanishing. This thorough investigation encompassed conducting interviews with his associates and meticulously scrutinizing any accessible video or audio documentation from the station. Additionally, the inquiry delved into Disch's personal history and background in an endeavor to ascertain whether any pertinent details could provide clues regarding his mysterious disappearance. This meticulous scrutiny extended to exploring Disch's past and personal relationships to discern any potential leads that might illuminate the circumstances surrounding his sudden absence. Disch, a renowned physicist known for his dedication to research, mysteriously vanished, causing profound grief and sorrow within his circle of acquaintances. His unexplained absence not only led to unanswered questions, but also created a void in the scientific community due to his invaluable contributions. The mysterious vanishing of Disch within the scientific realm has triggered inquiries into the risks associated with conducting studies in extreme settings like Antarctica. Furthermore, it has initiated dialogues regarding the necessity of robust mental health resources for researchers stationed in these isolated regions. This incident has also reignited attention towards enhancing safety measures and protocols for individuals engaged in research activities within remote and arduous environments. Delving deeper into the implications of Disch's disappearance, the scientific community is now actively scrutinizing the challenges and demands faced by researchers working in such secluded and demanding conditions, emphasizing the critical need for comprehensive support systems and stringent safety guidelines to safeguard the well-being and security of researchers in the pursuit of scientific exploration. In the eyes of Disch's close friends and family, his sudden vanishing has struck them with immense sorrow and despair. Despite extensive search and rescue operations, there has been no trace of his whereabouts, leaving his dear ones clinging to the hope that someday he might reappear. This mysterious event has triggered contemplation on the toll that working in isolated settings can take on a person's psychological and emotional stability. Dr. Milton Wainwright seeks to persuade the public that he has discovered advanced life hovering approximately 25 miles above Earth's surface. However, despite the eagerness of tabloids to embrace his narrative, the scientific community remains hesitant to endorse his findings. If one were to come across life existing at an altitude of 25 miles above the surface, it would undoubtedly be an extraordinary occurrence. Traditional aircraft do not reach such heights, and although it is arguable whether powerful volcanic eruptions could disperse living cells to such altitudes, there is no evidence to suggest that a volcanic eruption was responsible for this discovery. Therefore, if any form of life were indeed able to float at such heights, it would undoubtedly merit thorough investigation. Oddly enough, further investigations haven't occurred, and the scientific world doesn't want to pursue this discovery any further. So, why haven't scientists shown more interest in this phenomenon? Dr. Wainwright, a microbiologist employed in the Department of Molecular Biology and Biotechnology at the University of Sheffield, has been attempting to inform the scientific community about his belief that Earth is being actively targeted by advanced beings. According to his theory, these advanced life forms are implanting minuscule living probes into our atmosphere using microscopic metal spheres, which are intelligently designed to seed life on our planet. Predictably, this assertion was met with skepticism among researchers, prompting him to adopt an alternative strategy. The teacher sent his findings to his students via email, and a portion of them shared it on various social media platforms. So, what is the reason behind the lack of belief from the majority? The evidence is interesting, and one photograph shows a mysterious orb that appears to contain an unidentified biological ooze. Additionally, his studies have been published in the Journal of Cosmology, a publication that has faced criticism for its questionable peer review process and outdated design from the 1990s. Also, scientists and researchers that have presented their research into advanced life usually get looked down upon by the scientific world, with some scientists going as far as refusing to talk about the subject. Dr. Wainwright clarified that the critics argue that the samples we collected could have originated from Earth. They believe that there must be a process that can carry these particles from Earth to the stratosphere. The DNA-containing masses and other peculiar organisms we have identified are not related to pollen, grass, or fungal spores found on our sampler. If our organisms had indeed come from Earth, they would have been contaminated with typical Earth organisms, but this is not the case. Based on his statements, the organisms exhibit DNA presence and possess masses exceeding the size threshold for particles that can be transported from Earth to this altitude. Additionally, he assures that he thoroughly examined for potential contamination using high-altitude balloons. Dr. Wainwright informed scientists that they conducted an experiment involving balloons and a sampler, and they discovered that there was no pollen or grass present in the samples. This suggests that the samples were completely pure and unaffected by any outside contamination. Based on these findings, Dr. Wainwright believes that the organisms found in the samples are likely originating from space. He further explains that whenever we venture outside, we are constantly bombarded with organisms that originate from space. Wainwright has previously reported similar findings on multiple occasions. In 2013, he observed a similar phenomenon suspended 16 miles above the Earth's surface. As mentioned, he shared an image depicting a small metallic sphere emitting a viscous substance collected from the Earth's stratosphere by a balloon. However, his research did not undergo proper approval or recognition, and nobody has attempted to replicate his findings. It leaves us wondering whether Wainwright's discoveries are simply a peculiar outcome of scientific exploration, or if they hold significant meaning. The truth remains uncertain. Panspermia, an ancient concept rejuvenated by modern astrobiological research, hypothesizes that life exists throughout the universe, distributed by cosmic dust, meteoroids, asteroids, comets, planetoids, and spacecraft, in the form of microbial life forms or biochemical precursors of life. In its simplest form, panspermia suggests that life, or the necessary elements to initiate life, could survive the inhospitable vacuum of space, encased in cosmic bodies, and be dispersed throughout the cosmos. This notion offers a counter-perspective to the conventional idea that life began on Earth, asserting that our planet might instead have been seeded by advanced life. This transference of life could occur through various mechanisms. Lithopanspermia involves rocks or other matter being ejected from a planet due to a significant event like an asteroid impact. This ejected matter, potentially containing microbial life or its precursors, could travel through space and eventually land on another planet. If the new planet's conditions were hospitable, the contained life forms could propagate, effectively seeding life. Alternatively, radiopanspermia proposes that tiny life forms or organic molecules could be pushed across space by the radiation pressure from stars. The theory of panspermia, once consigned to the realm of science fiction, has gradually found support from various scientific observations and experiments. First, some microorganisms, such as tardigrades and specific types of bacteria, have exhibited impressive resilience to the harsh conditions of space, including extreme temperature fluctuations, vacuum conditions, and cosmic radiation. This extreme resilience underpins the viability of panspermia. Secondly, organic molecules, the building blocks of life, have been discovered in meteorites, comets, and interstellar dust clouds, suggesting that these essential ingredients for life are not exclusive to Earth, but are widespread in the cosmos. Perhaps the most compelling support for panspermia comes from the rapid emergence of life on Earth. Geological records indicate that life sprang up on Earth relatively soon after the planet became habitable. This abrupt appearance of life has led some scientists to speculate that life might have originated elsewhere and been transported to Earth. If panspermia is accurate, it raises fascinating possibilities about the prevalence and diversity of life in the universe. The seeding of life on Earth could imply that life originated from a location in the cosmos, with conditions more favorable to life's genesis, potentially Mars, or even a different star system. This idea is testable. Discovering evidence of past or present life on Mars or other celestial bodies, and analyzing their biochemistry, could reveal a shared ancestry with terrestrial life. However, panspermia does not answer the fundamental question, how and where did life first originate? It merely suggests that life's birthplace could be somewhere other than Earth. Understanding life's origin, therefore, remains one of the biggest unsolved puzzles. Panspermia also significantly broadens the potential habitats for advanced life, extending them beyond planets and moons to include interstellar dust clouds, meteorites, and other celestial bodies. Consequently, it has considerable implications for astrobiology and the search for advanced life. While we have yet to confirm panspermia, the theory forces us to rethink the conventional Earth-centric perspective on life's origin and distribution. It nudges us to regard life as a cosmic, rather than a terrestrial phenomenon shaped by galactic dynamics and planetary evolution. The question of whether life exists beyond Earth has fascinated humans for centuries. As our understanding of the cosmos expands, we have come to realize that the conditions for life might not be as unique as once believed. The first point to consider is our definition of life. Terrestrially, life is characterized by a set of features, including the ability to grow, reproduce, respond to environmental changes, and undergo evolution. However, life elsewhere in the universe might not follow these exact principles. Therefore, astrobiology often seeks to identify biosignatures, signs of past or present life, such as certain chemical imbalances or structures that would indicate the presence of living organisms. Next, we must consider the conditions needed for life as we understand it. Life on Earth requires a stable source of energy, like our sun, and a suitable environment, such as the presence of water, and an atmosphere with the right chemical components. With this understanding, astrobiologists have been able to identify numerous habitable zones around other stars where conditions might be right for life as we know it. In the conflict-ridden territory, Ukrainian military personnel captured on video an unidentified flying object resembling a disc, which exhibited a notable absence of sound. Amidst the tense atmosphere of the area, the individuals belonging to Ukraine's 406th Battalion found themselves in a perplexing situation as they gazed at the eerily still, unidentified flying object in the sky. One of the individuals can be heard questioning what the object is and asking why it isn't moving. Intriguingly, the dimensions, elevation, and form of the entity continue to elude identification, leaving it shrouded in enigma. The unsettling video was recorded recently by the 406th Battalion through the utilization of more than 300 thermal imaging quadcopter drones employed by the Ukrainian armed forces as part of their strategy to protect the country against an ongoing 2-year incursion by Russia. These heat vision drones play a crucial role in the defense efforts, enabling the Ukrainian armed forces to closely monitor and respond to the persistent threat posed by the extended invasion from Russia. In accordance with the capabilities of the thermal imaging drone's temperature spectrum, it indicated that the unidentified flying object emitted a higher temperature compared to its immediate environment, referred to as black hot. Despite this observation, the information provided by the drone was not completely conclusive due to a red error message displayed on the control interface. The recent event represents the most recent UFO sighting above the conflict-ridden land of Ukraine, sparking prolonged intrigue regarding the potential motives behind these aerial enigmas. This occurrence not only contributes to the long-standing history of speculation surrounding unidentified flying objects, but also serves to validate the accounts of military personnel who have reported witnessing UFOs interfering with nuclear weaponry. This incident has rekindled interest in the phenomenon, prompting a deeper exploration of the intentions and implications of mysterious objects seen in areas of conflict. In one account from the 406th group, a member confidently labels the object as definitely a UFO. The troops engage in an ongoing discussion as they observe that something is fixed in its position on the display. During their interaction conducted in the Ukrainian language, the discussion was meticulously interpreted and validated by numerous translators, ensuring the accuracy and fidelity of the exchange. In its enigmatic nature, the airborne entity, though not yet recognized, displays a remarkable similarity to the Baghdad Phantom, a slender cylindrical anomaly observed over Iraq in May 2022 through the thermal imaging camera of a US Air Force Reaper drone. This unidentified object has sparked intrigue and speculation due to its uncanny resemblance to the previously cited phenomenon, raising questions about where it came from and how it was able to hover in the sky, motionless. In the closing scenes of the video capturing the Ukrainian UFO incident involving the 406th unit, One of the team members can be distinctly heard, possibly making a jest, suggesting the idea of maybe ramming it using their small 2-pound quadcopter. This incident raises questions about the demeanor and reactions of the individuals involved in such encounters. The unit received a commercial DJI brand Mavic 3T thermal imaging drone as a generous donation facilitated by the fundraising initiatives of the Deep Inspire Foundation, supported by war correspondent Joe Lindsley, the founder of the Lviv Lab Media Center, in partnership with various humanitarian activists. Lindsley, reporting from Kharkiv, informed news outlets that his team has been consistently providing supplies to the active duty servicemen associated with the 406th over the course of the previous year. This dedicated effort showcases the ongoing commitment of the team towards supporting these military personnel. The battalion's Mavic quadcopter, a type of unmanned aerial vehicle, was flying at an altitude exceeding 500 feet above sea level in recent weeks when it detected an unidentified flying object. Taking into account the altitude at which the observation is made, the horizon that can be seen through the drone's camera from a distant viewpoint is estimated to extend up to about 30 miles. This implies that the unidentified flying object being observed could be situated at a minimum distance of 30 miles away, or even further, determined by its own elevation above the land surface. As members of the unit zoomed their drone camera, they can be heard on the video attempting to reason out what the mysterious track might be. Inquiring as to why the individual in question is unable to launch missiles in our direction, the query delves into the meaning behind this limitation. Amidst the scenario, a lone soldier from the unit raised the query and asked if there were any anomalies detected on the thermal imaging systems, indicating a need for supplementary infrared technology. It appeared that despite the drone being visibly switched to infrared mode and capturing the UFO on screen, the additional infrared equipment failed to support the observation. The soldier's inquiry highlighted the limitations of the existing technology and hinted at the complexity of the unidentified object's characteristics that warranted a more nuanced analysis. News outlets have made contact with the battalion through Pavlo Teletsky, a financial technology innovator who manages the Deep Inspire tech consulting firm. Additionally, he has played a significant role in providing assistance to the 406th Battalion by utilizing his Deep Inspire Foundation. After an intense 48-hour mission, Teletsky informed news outlets via email that the team is presently recuperating from their efforts by catching up on some well-deserved rest. He mentioned that they will be fully refreshed and ready to provide further detailed information tomorrow. UFO sightings have become a repetitive phenomenon within the frequently tumultuous turmoil in Ukraine, especially amidst the deliberate dissemination of misleading information for tactical gains. This intriguing occurrence of unidentified flying objects has sparked curiosity and speculation among the populace, adding a layer of mystery to the already complex situation. Scientists who have been conducting sky observations in Kyiv have published a compelling research report, revealing their discovery of squadrons and fleets of enigmatic aircraft. These aircraft have been described as moving at incredibly high speeds, defying conventional explanation and appearing ubiquitous in the skies. The detection of these mysterious objects has been made possible through the use of advanced camera systems typically employed for meteor observation. The current findings indicate that these unidentified aircraft have been observed traveling at speeds reaching tens of thousands of miles per hour, a phenomenon perplexing in that they do not generate a typical sonic boom. The study suggests a pervasive presence of these unconventional aircraft, sparking intrigue and curiosity among the scientific community worldwide. In accordance with their discoveries, NASA enlisted a professional team to investigate enigmatic airborne vessels, occurrences that defy conventional scientific explanation as familiar natural events. The main astronomical observatory of Ukraine is also engaged in conducting an autonomous examination of these aerial crafts. To facilitate these inquiries, we utilized 2 meteor stations stationed in Kyiv and another situated in the southern part of the Kyiv region. The observations were conducted using color video cameras during daylight hours. A specialized observation methodology was devised for the purpose of identifying and assessing the unique characteristics of these enigmatic aircraft. From the gathered data, 2 categories of unidentified aerial phenomena emerged, which we have termed as cosmics and phantoms. Their presence is ubiquitous, with a substantial quantity of objects of mysterious origin being sighted. Instances of individual flights, formations and squadrons of these aircraft were detected, navigating at velocities ranging between 3 to 15 degrees per second. Certain luminous entities demonstrate consistent variations in brightness within the frequency range of 10 to 20 Hz. By conducting simultaneous observations of these perplexing airborne objects from a base distance of 120 kilometers, employing synchronized cameras, a dynamic entity was identified at an altitude of 1,170 kilometers. This entity exhibits rapid flashing lasting a fraction of a second, occurring at an average frequency of 20 Hz. The appearance of unidentified aircraft over certain regions is not a new occurrence, sparking speculations among amateur investigators that these vessels hold a particular interest in our activities, especially those involving advanced weaponry. While public officials remain cautious in their statements, confidential documents pertaining to national security reveal a widespread effort by governments worldwide to unravel the enigmatic link between these aircraft and nuclear armaments. Curiously, these mysterious crafts possess a peculiar capability to remotely deactivate nuclear weapons, prompting intense scrutiny and concern among global authorities. The intricate nature of this phenomenon has spurred in-depth investigations, highlighting the urgency to comprehend the perplexing relationship between these unidentified aircraft and the manipulation of nuclear technology. This mysterious photograph has just been posted on social media, showing what appears to be a massive object hovering close to the moon. Oddly enough, this isn't the first time that mysterious objects have been seen close to the moon, and it's caused some users to suggest that this may be an unidentified object. Those who've studied the unknown have reported that the moon is a hotspot, and that every year thousands of mysterious objects can be seen close to it. Unidentified objects have sparked intrigue and controversy for decades. Although they are most commonly associated with sightings in Earth's atmosphere, numerous accounts over the years have reported unidentified objects in the proximity of Earth's natural satellite, the Moon. Reports of mysterious aircrafts near the Moon have been made by astronauts, astronomers, and casual observers alike. The Moon's relative proximity, combined with its lack of atmosphere, makes it a perfect backdrop for observing anomalies. Often, these observations are of unexpected objects moving across the lunar surface or near the lunar horizon. There are multiple reasons that could potentially explain these sightings. Firstly, it is essential to clarify that many sightings can be explained by natural or man-made phenomena. For example, satellites and space debris in Earth's orbit could easily be mistaken for unidentified objects when they pass between an observer and the Moon. Another explanation could be related to optical illusions or misinterpretations of natural lunar phenomena. The human brain is predisposed to identify patterns, even where none exist, a phenomenon known as pareidolia. This could lead to interpreting shadows or irregular lunar features as foreign objects. Lunar transient phenomena, temporary changes in the lunar surface's appearance due to outgassing or impacts, might also be misinterpreted as mysterious activity. Despite these potential explanations, some argue that a subset of lunar sightings cannot be easily dismissed. Astronauts of Apollo missions have reported seeing flashing lights and other unexplained phenomena during their lunar voyages. While some of these instances were likely attributable to cosmic rays hitting their retinas, others remain unexplained. Notably, though, none of the Apollo missions reported sightings that would unequivocally indicate the presence of advanced crafts. In the broader context, the attention given to sightings near the Moon reflects humanity's enduring fascination with the possibility of advanced life. It's a curiosity that drives not only the passionate debates over individual sightings, but also more substantial scientific endeavors, like the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. As we continue to explore our universe, the question of extraterrestrial life remains one of the most compelling unsolved mysteries of our time. As of right now, while most mysterious objects seen close to the lunar surface can be attributed to man-made or natural phenomena, some instances remain unexplained, contributing to ongoing discussions about advanced life. These sightings underscore the importance of vigilant observation and open-minded inquiry as we continue our exploration of the cosmos. Whether these unexplained instances are evidence of extraterrestrial civilizations, however, remains to be proven. As of now, the extraordinary claim of extraterrestrial presence in our cosmic neighborhood still requires extraordinary evidence. The quest for understanding the unknown has always propelled humanity's foray into space. Astronauts, as the frontiersmen of this cosmic voyage, have occasionally reported encounters with unidentified objects, spurring fascination and debate. Astronauts from various space missions have reported encountering objects or phenomena that they could not readily identify. Perhaps the most famous of these is the account of the Apollo 11 mission. Buzz Aldrin, the lunar module pilot, reported seeing a light that seemed to be following their spacecraft en route to the moon. However, after careful analysis, it was concluded that what they were likely seeing was sunlight reflecting off an adapter panel jettisoned earlier in the mission. Similarly, during the STS-48 mission of the Space Shuttle Discovery, video footage captured several objects moving in unusual paths. While some enthusiasts interpret this as evidence of advanced activity, NASA scientists maintain that the objects were small ice particles disturbed by the shuttle's thrusters. Astronaut Gordon Cooper also reported a sighting during his Mercury mission in 1963. He claimed to have seen a greenish object approach his capsule, which was also picked up by the tracking station in Australia. However, no conclusive evidence has emerged to identify the object. Furthermore, space agencies like NASA conduct rigorous follow-up investigations to identify any unexplained phenomena. Often, these investigations provide plausible explanations, although in some cases, like Cooper's sightings, the phenomena remain unexplained. In a broader context, these astronaut accounts emphasize the importance of open inquiry and the need for rigorous, evidence-based investigation in our exploration of space. Every unknown object or phenomenon represents a potential opportunity for new discoveries, whether about our own technology, the nature of space, or possibly even advanced life. The International Space Station, an orbiting laboratory for international collaborative research, has become an unexpected focal point in discussions surrounding unidentified objects. Reports of sightings around the International Space Station have abounded since the station's inception, fueled by both astronaut accounts and public access to live feed cameras on the International Space Station. The sightings range from unexpected light phenomena to objects appearing to move in intelligent ways. It's speculated that if these mysterious objects are indeed evidence of advanced life, their interest could stem from a desire to understand our level of technological development, much like how we would be intrigued by alien technology. The International Space Station represents a significant achievement in human technology and international cooperation, making it an intriguing subject for observation from an outsider's perspective. It's where we conduct research in various disciplines, including biology, physics, and astronomy. Advanced civilizations might be interested in monitoring our progress, particularly as the International Space Station represents our most advanced foothold in space to date. Software artifacts or glitches in the live feed can also create the illusion of unexplained phenomena. For instance, abrupt cuts in the live feed, often claimed to be deliberate attempts by NASA to hide evidence of these aircrafts, are usually due to loss of signal or transitions between different cameras. That said, some sightings in the vicinity of the International Space Station do remain unexplained and are cause for scientific curiosity.
Elon Musk's first human colony on Mars would have to survive on a vegan diet. It could not be anything more like a movie. Elon Musk recently announced that future Martians will survive by growing their own food in solar-powered hydroponic glass dome farms. As a result, meat will not be on the menu, and these first people on Mars will have to survive on a completely vegan diet. Musk does say, at least for the moment, that it will likely only be the first 100 people on Mars who are limited to fully vegan cuisine, owing simply to the extremely high levels of power which will be required to run and maintain the self-sustaining farms, combined with the obviously limited resources. For example, a study written by John Strickland from the National Space Society outlined the fact that you would halve the number of people domes could sustain if they also required meat and fish compared to a vegan diet. Similarly, it is also thought that if people did stick to a plant-only diet, a 0.3 square mile farm with 4 levels to it could feed a colony of approximately 5,000. However, Musk does not foresee glass domes being the story of life on Mars forever, and rather suggests them to be a form of temporary habitats for the first cohort of people to help develop more permanent infrastructure on the red planet. With Starship, the Mars rocket, looking highly likely to be ready for its first test orbit sometime this year, the possibility of life on Mars is becoming increasingly real. Therefore, preparing for other logistical details, such as how to then survive once you have reached Mars, will be the next groundbreaking research needed in the field to continue expanding our horizons, quite literally. Plans for life on Mars are wide and varied. China, United States, and the United Arab Emirates all have plans to succeed at cracking human travel to Mars by 2040, and the UAE has gone so far as to plan future civilization on the red planet. However, Musk is currently making headway and has the most aggressive plan, aiming to get a human crew to Mars by 2026 and an established thriving city by 2050. With international involvement creating even more competition and incentive to be the first to Mars and first to facilitate life on Mars too.
Despite popular belief, the final frontier not only encompasses space, but also vast expanses of uncharted territory in our oceans. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration reveals that our exploration efforts have barely scratched the surface, with less than 5% of the ocean explored to date. Remarkable discoveries made by underwater archaeologists annually contribute to our understanding of history, serving as a reminder that there is still a great deal awaiting discovery. The Ocean X diving team is well acquainted with enigmatic findings, and one of their extensively documented discoveries involves an intriguing object resting on the Baltic Sea floor. Referred to as the Baltic Sea anomaly, this underwater structure gained widespread attention due to its peculiar appearance. Notably resembling a disc-shaped aircraft, speculation within online communities arose, suggesting the possibility of an advanced aerial vehicle being unearthed by the diving team. With a diameter of 60 meters, the Baltic Sea anomaly resides in the depths of the northern Baltic Sea. This remarkable find was made by Peter Lindberg, Dennis Asberg, and their renowned Swedish diving team in June 2011. Interestingly, the group has recently returned to the site and said that they have an update, noting that more strange activity happened while they were directly above the object. The research team stumbled upon a fascinating discovery while on their expedition to locate an ancient shipwreck. While passing over the object, they detected an intriguing reading that piqued their curiosity. According to Ocean X, this enigmatic anomaly measures approximately 3 to 4 meters in thickness and has a diameter of around 60 meters. Notably, the object rests on a sturdy pillar-like structure, towering at about 8 meters in height, located between 85 and 90 meters below the surface. Despite the seemingly shallow depth, the visibility in the area is extremely poor, making it challenging for the team to observe their surroundings. Curiously, during their initial encounter, the team encountered equipment malfunctions, which inexplicably ceased upon passing the object. Initially attributing it to chance, the team retraced their steps, only to face the same issue with their equipment again. This has prompted the team to hypothesize that the object emits some form of electromagnetic field. They have conducted multiple tests, consistently experiencing equipment failure whenever they approach the anomaly. According to skilled diver Stefan Hogeborn, he experienced a peculiar phenomenon while diving. He mentioned that any electronic devices, including a satellite phone, ceased to function when they were near the object. However, once they distanced themselves approximately 200 meters from the object, the devices began working again. Surprisingly, the devices malfunctioned once more when they returned above the object. Those that looked into the object said that it was natural. However, the divers have contested this claim by pointing out that natural formations do not have the ability to deactivate electrical equipment or possess a disc-like shape. Dennis Asberg, alongside the diving team from Ocean X, has recently unveiled an unprecedented photograph of the anomaly. According to Dennis, this image has never been witnessed before. While he has chosen to withhold certain specifics, He has revealed his intention to delve further into the matter during a podcast hosted by himself and his son. The podcast, named Dennis World, will provide an opportunity for a more detailed discussion on the subject matter. He said that he's released a never-before-seen image of the Baltic Sea anomaly. The picture was taken in 2012, and Dennis said that if you look at the picture, you can see a triangle with a hole. It's hard to see, and therefore Dennis uploaded a picture with a red line, and you can see that the plate is covered with sediment as well, and below you see burnt organic material. The picture was taken on the side of the object. According to individuals who have observed the image, the longer you gaze at it, the more distinct features become apparent. They have noticed the presence of defined edges and openings that directly penetrate the structure, which was initially described during the team's initial exploration. One user remarked that it resembles debris from the ocean, with coral growth accumulated on its surface. This perpendicular perspective grants us a more comprehensive view of the object, allowing us to discern a solid entity hidden beneath the coral. Upon the initial identification of the item, the team had inquiries, prompting them to investigate it further. However, their investigation only raised additional queries. As the divers approached the abnormality, they noticed a seemingly dark staircase that extended into the object. Notably, samples were sent for analysis in an attempt to determine its composition. According to Steve Weiner's assessments, the object was determined to not be a natural geological formation, but rather constructed from metals not found in nature. The team from Ocean X mentioned that when they were exploring the depths of the ocean, they observed a colossal structure that appeared even larger due to the darkness. They compared its size to that of a passenger plane and noted the challenges they faced while navigating in such conditions. Interestingly, they noticed a trail behind the object, which was also confirmed by sonar images. This has led to speculations that the object might have crashed and skidded along the ocean floor. The divers discovered visible skid marks in that area. Additionally, the researchers noticed peculiar carvings on the surface of the object, which appeared unnatural. The wreckage is located approximately 90 meters deep, and the muddy waters make it extremely difficult to capture footage or photographs of the site. The team revisited the location once more, deploying a remotely operated vehicle during their investigation. However, when the remotely operated vehicle approached the anomaly at a distance of a few meters, the compass started malfunctioning unpredictably. What's noteworthy is that a similar occurrence took place during their initial encounter with the anomaly. Peter Lindbergh commented that due to extremely poor visibility and the uncontrollable compass, it was challenging to track the remotely operated vehicle's location accurately. The compass seemed to be functioning independently, and the tether frequently got entangled. Many knowledgeable individuals have shared accounts of an anomaly referred to as the equipment turning off phenomenon. According to these reports, when pilots and fishing vessels come across unidentified aircraft, they often experience a sudden and complete loss of power or energy in their electrical devices. Numerous incidents have been documented where unidentified objects have been associated with the sudden shutdown of various types of equipment, including planes, tractors, cars, buses, motorcycles, and even lawnmowers. Interestingly, the affected devices typically resume functioning once the unidentified craft departs. One testimonial originates from a fishing crew aboard a vessel. They recounted an incident where they observed an unidentified object in the sky, causing a complete shutdown of all their electronic devices, including the ship's radio transmission to shore. Approximately 15 minutes later, when the object had moved away, everything returned to normal, although the fishermen noted that their mobile phones were also drained of power. Surprisingly, similar accounts have been shared by fishermen worldwide, reporting encounters with peculiar objects near their fishing vessels at night, consistently resulting in disturbances to their equipment. Currently, limited research has been conducted on this phenomenon, with only eyewitnesses recounting these experiences. However, some pilots have come forward, attesting to the influence of these objects on their aircraft as well. A fisherman shared the following account of an unusual encounter they had while fishing near Jersey. It was late at night, around 10:30, when the fisherman and his son noticed a distant light. As they approached for a better look, they couldn't discern any details because the object was too far away. However, moments later, the light seemed to descend and land in the ocean, resembling a lantern. Approximately 5 minutes later, the sun spotted the light again, but this time it was much closer and moving beneath the water's surface. They observed as it passed under their boat, causing their VHF radio to flicker through different channels. Notably, the boat's lights turned off and the engine stalled. In darkness, they watched as the eerie light traversed the length of the boat. Suddenly, the object ascended from the ocean, swiftly disappearing over the horizon within seconds. Miraculously, once it departed, all on-board equipment powered back on. Despite the vivid encounter, they are unable to determine the nature of what they witnessed. Reluctant to share the story due to potential skepticism, they initially mistook the light for a lantern due to its faint glow. However, upon closer proximity, the vibrant colors of the object made it difficult to focus on. Unfortunately, both their phones were drained of battery that night, preventing them from capturing any photographs. Regardless, they have not encountered the object again since that incident. Many who followed this story believe that the Baltic Sea anomaly couldn't be an unidentified submerged object. USOs, or unidentified submerged objects, are a fascinating and mysterious phenomenon that has captivated the imagination of researchers and enthusiasts alike. While unidentified flying objects are commonly associated with sightings in the sky, USOs refer to unidentified objects that are observed beneath the surface of bodies of water, such as oceans, lakes, and rivers. USOs have been reported throughout history, with accounts dating back centuries. Tales of strange objects emerging from the depths have been passed down through generations, sparking curiosity and intrigue. However, it was not until the modern era that USOs began to receive more attention and scrutiny. Numerous reports of USO sightings have surfaced from different parts of the world, including the Bermuda Triangle, the Pacific Ocean, and the Great Lakes. Witnesses often describe the objects as glowing or emitting lights, moving in a controlled manner underwater and displaying remarkable speed and agility. The explanations for USOs vary, with some suggesting natural phenomena as the cause, while others entertain the possibility of extraterrestrial or advanced human-made technology. One natural explanation is the presence of bioluminescent organisms, which can create light patterns and unusual glows underwater. However, this explanation does not account for the structured movements and high speeds reported by witnesses. Another hypothesis suggests that USOs could be advanced military or experimental submarines or underwater vehicles. It is well known that various governments around the world have been conducting research and development in underwater technologies, and some speculate that certain USO sightings may be related to secret military operations. However, the absence of official acknowledgement or confirmation of such advanced technology adds to the mystery surrounding USOs. The study of USOs is complex due to the challenges associated with exploring and investigating the depths of our oceans. The vastness and extreme conditions of underwater environments make it difficult to conduct thorough research and gather concrete evidence. Additionally, the lack of mainstream scientific attention and funding dedicated to USO research further hampers our understanding of these phenomena. As of right now, USOs continue to be a subject of great interest and speculation. Reported sightings and encounters suggest the existence of underwater objects that defy conventional explanations. While natural phenomena and terrestrial technology may account for some cases, the possibility of extraterrestrial involvement cannot be ruled out entirely. Further scientific research and exploration of our planet's oceans are crucial to unraveling the mysteries surrounding USOs and shedding light on this intriguing phenomenon. The item in question is not a Torah book, but rather a Judaica artifact. Currently, there is a lack of available information regarding this specific item. In the historical and extraordinary city of Erzincan in Turkey, a remarkably old and one-of-a-kind manuscript, crafted entirely from exquisite gold, was unearthed. The discovery did not result from an archaeological expedition. Instead, it was unearthed by a group of diggers. The police were soon called, and they apprehended a group of 4 individuals in the act of attempting to commercialize this valuable artifact. This revelation sheds light on the intricate network of individuals involved in the trade of such valuable objects. The book is relatively lightweight, tipping the scales at 165 grams, and adorned with a total of 14 gold leaves, each meticulously crafted from 24-karat gold. The material comprises Jewish religious scriptures written in the Hebrew language. As of the present moment, individuals who had a glimpse of the book have reported that it was confiscated and removed by authorities in the area. Currently, the whereabouts of the book remain a mystery, with no information available on its location. The uncertainty surrounding the book's disappearance has left many questioning the circumstances leading to its confiscation. One hypothesis suggests that the book potentially contained information regarding the Bible that diverged from commonly known versions, leading to its confiscation for closer examination. This theory posits that discrepancies between the contents of the book and established biblical narratives triggered the scrutiny it underwent. The underlying premise here is that the book may have presented perspectives or details that challenged or contradicted existing narratives. Upon sharing the photos, they were circulated within various groups where individuals attempted to decipher the content of the book, yet a significant number struggled to grasp the underlying message conveyed by the book. Even though the photographs may not offer significant insights, workers in the vicinity have reported that the disappearance of biblical artifacts is a frequent phenomenon in that area. The fascination with biblical artifacts has mesmerized people for generations, creating a bustling market that attracts antiquities aficionados, collectors, and faithful followers eager to possess historical treasures infused with deep spiritual value. However, beyond the apparent allure lies a murky realm of illicit excavation and selling, where invaluable relics are looted from archaeological sites, illicitly transported across borders, and then peddled on the clandestine market to the highest bidder. Intriguingly, the allure of biblical relics has transcended time, keeping the curiosity and interest of humanity alive. This flourishing sector serves as a magnet for those intrigued by the mysteries and historical significance of these artifacts, drawing in a diverse array of individuals from various backgrounds. The illicit selling of biblical relics is fueled by a complex interplay of factors, which encompass the insatiable desire for scarce and precious ancient objects, the enchantment associated with possessing fragments of biblical chronicles, and the promise of substantial financial gains. To certain individuals, obtaining biblical artifacts symbolizes a palpable tie to history, enabling them to establish a closer bond with their beliefs and ancestry. Conversely, for others, it serves as a purely profitable venture, with these historical treasures commanding exorbitant sums in underground markets. The allure of owning a piece of biblical history not only serves as a testament to the past, but also grants a sense of reverence and spirituality, contributing to the multifaceted nature of the illegal trade in biblical artifacts. The ways in which individuals acquire biblical artifacts unlawfully exhibit a broad spectrum of strategies, encompassing activities like raiding archaeological sites discreetly during nighttime, offering bribes to local authorities, engaging in the falsification of documentation to facilitate the illicit transport of artifacts across borders. In regions marred by conflict and ongoing political turbulence, archaeological sites become especially susceptible to pillaging and devastation, with armed factions and criminal syndicates taking advantage of the prevailing disorder to exploit these vulnerable locations for their own financial gain. This unethical exploitation not only undermines the cultural heritage and historical significance of these artifacts, but also perpetuates a cycle of illicit trade and black market dealings that thrive in such precarious environments. In the realm of antiquities, when biblical artifacts are procured, they frequently make their way into the underground black market, where a complex web of intermediaries, dealers, and collectors engage in transactions. The cloak of anonymity and secrecy shrouding the black market poses significant challenges in tracing the provenance of these artifacts, thereby providing a shield for sellers to operate with impunity and outmaneuver law enforcement initiatives aimed at curbing illegal selling activities. Moreover, some artifacts undergo a process of laundering by being funneled through reputable channels such as auction houses and private collections, effectively camouflaging their illicit origins and adding layers of complexity to efforts aimed at uncovering the truth behind their acquisition and circulation. This intricate landscape underscores the multifaceted nature of the illicit trade in biblical artifacts and the persistent challenges faced by authorities in combating this nuanced form of criminal activity. The ramifications of unauthorized excavation and trade of ancient relics from biblical times have wide-reaching and profound impacts, presenting significant dangers to cultural legacy, archaeological conservation, and the authenticity of historical locations. The illicit plundering and despoiling of archaeological sites lead to the disappearance of priceless cultural gems, denying forthcoming generations essential insights into history. Furthermore, unlawful digging frequently entails the obliteration of archaeological context, obliterating crucial information about the societies, traditions, and civilizations that once thrived in these areas. This illicit practice not only jeopardizes the material remnants of the past, but also diminishes our understanding of the rich tapestry of human history and the intricate connections between various ancient civilizations and cultures. Illegitimate excavations not only disrupt the delicate balance of preserving our heritage, but also obliterate the intricate narratives that these archaeological sites hold. The smuggling of biblical relics contributes significantly to a vicious cycle of violence, corruption, and unrest in areas where archaeological sites become targets for plunder. The presence of armed conflicts and political instability worsens this already dire situation, creating opportunities for criminal syndicates and armed factions to take advantage of vulnerable communities, looting their cultural treasures without facing consequences. The proceeds from the illicit selling of biblical artifacts often serve as a source of funding for various illegal activities, such as supporting terrorism, insurgency, and organized criminal operations. This insidious trade not only robs communities of their heritage, but also perpetuates a cycle of harm and exploitation that thrives amidst chaos and conflict. The illegal selling of biblical artifacts not only has tangible repercussions, but also encompasses significant ethical and moral dimensions. By commercializing revered and historical items, those involved in this illicit trade exploit religious convictions and cultural legacy solely for personal profit, showing a blatant disregard for the spiritual and cultural value these artifacts hold for the communities they were originally taken from. Furthermore, the depletion of cultural heritage efforts poses a threat to the preservation and safeguarding of multifaceted human history, leading to the obliteration of the narratives and traditions of marginalized populations from the annals of history. This undermines the fundamental essence of heritage conservation, as well as perpetuates the exploitation and erasure of the historical voices and identities that form the backbone of diverse societal structures. Ancient Bible found in Cyprus. Christianity stands out as one of the prevalent faiths globally, boasting a substantial following and believers. Even to those who may not adhere to its teachings, this religion holds significant and profound implications in the annals of our world's history. Central to the essence of major religions is the presence of a sacred text, typically taking the form of a voluminous book. This revered tome serves as a repository of the fundamental tenets and beliefs of the religion, encompassing laws that are purportedly not of human origin, but are believed to have been revealed by divine entities or God himself. With its rich tapestry of traditions, beliefs, and moral guidelines, Christianity not only shapes the lives of its adherents, but also influences the broader societal and historical landscape, leaving an indelible mark on the collective consciousness of humanity. Such holy texts play a pivotal role in elucidating the spiritual and moral foundations of a faith, serving as a guiding light for its believers and a source of contemplation for scholars. In Christianity, the foundational text is the Bible, which, despite having various versions, upholds consistent principles across its books. The narratives within the Bible serve as moral guides or paths, leading to the universal truths that humanity seeks in varying degrees. The significance of this sacred text became evident through a recent development in Nicosia, Cyprus. Authorities announced an intriguing discovery, a manuscript believed to be a remarkably ancient edition of the Bible. This manuscript was written in Syriac, the ancient Syrian language utilized for preserving many vital Christian texts. The unraveling of this text occurred during a police operation targeting suspected sellers of antiquities. While investigations are ongoing, a total of 9 individuals have been apprehended and are currently in custody. The investigation also uncovered an assortment of items, including a prayer statue and a stone carving depicting Jesus. Consequently, the perpetrators faced charges related to smuggling antiquities, engaging in illegal excavations, and possessing hazardous materials. The manuscript featured multiple Bible excerpts meticulously transcribed in gold lettering on vellum, loosely bound together. Among the contents was a depiction of a tree and additional lines inscribed in the Syriac language. Testimonies from the officers who discovered the manuscript in a court session suggested an age exceeding 2,000 years, yet specialists in the field estimated its antiquity to be closer to 1,000 years. This assessment was based on the presence of gold lettering, indicating a more recent origin. J.F. Coakley, a renowned manuscript specialist at the esteemed University of Cambridge Library and also a distinguished Fellow of Wolfson College, expressed a compelling viewpoint, suggesting a discrepancy in the dating of a particular manuscript, differing from the beliefs held by law enforcement officials. Coakley highlighted that the Syriac script present in the manuscript bore resemblance to the styles observed in East Syriac scripts, a development attributed to the period post the 15th century. This observation has led to a lingering uncertainty among experts regarding the authentic origins of the manuscript. The intrinsic value of the manuscript hangs in the balance pending further examination. Its legitimacy would render it an invaluable artifact, while confirmation of it being a forgery would significantly diminish its worth. In the expansive and frigid landscape of Antarctica, a realm reserved for only the most courageous and daring explorers, a well-kept secret lies dormant, yearning to be unveiled. Recently, an experienced pilot with a penchant for archaeology found himself immersed in a fervent search on his computer, meticulously examining Google Earth in hopes of unearthing traces of concealed riches and ancient civilizations. Little did he realize that his quest would unfold an extraordinary narrative, the revelation of 4 ancient pyramids discreetly situated along the shores of Antarctica. This astonishing discovery not only captivated his adventurous spirit, but also beckoned the world to ponder upon the allure shrouding these age-old structures. Through the lens of history and mystery, a captivating tale emerges, weaving the threads of past civilizations and modern-day intrigue, inviting us to delve deeper into the unfathomable mysteries that Antarctica continues to unveil, holding within its icy embrace secrets that defy the constraints of time and imagination. The individual who initially shared the images expressed a deep-rooted fascination with ancient societies and the enigmas shrouding bygone eras. Over the course of many years, he dedicated countless hours poring over maps, scrutinizing satellite images, and delving into historical documents, all in a relentless quest for clues that could potentially unveil the mysteries of vanished civilizations. It was amidst the solitary hours of one of his nocturnal research endeavors that he chanced upon a startling revelation, an array of peculiar, pyramid-like formations concealed within the frigid expanse of Antarctica. This unexpected discovery ignited a spark of curiosity within him, prompting an intense exploration into the secrets veiled by the icy terrain, opening up a realm of possibilities and prompting a journey into the unknown depths of history. This recent breakthrough has sparked intense speculation regarding its nature and origin. Near Antarctica, there are 4 imposing pyramids that have intrigued many observers, who note their striking resemblance to the renowned pyramids of Egypt. This resemblance has led to conjecture that these Antarctic structures might have been constructed by ancient civilizations. While pyramid-like formations are not a novel phenomenon, some of the oldest known pyramids, situated in Egypt, have been estimated to have been built over 4,000 years ago. However, this timeline has faced challenges from various quarters, suggesting that these colossal edifices could have been erected by advanced societies predating the Egyptians. Supporting this notion is the example of Teotihuacan, a site hailed by historians as older than the Aztec civilization, leading to uncertainty regarding the culture or civilization responsible for its creation. The existence of these mysterious pyramids in Antarctica has reignited debates on ancient civilizations and their global reach, inviting us to delve deeper into the mysteries of our past. Deep within the realms of mysterious structures lies a fascinating topic where a similar concept is at play. Observers have remarked that these mysterious formations do not bear the natural semblance of mountains, but rather exhibit a deliberate arrangement that appears uncannily linear. Upon the dissemination of these images within online communities dedicated to the exploration of ancient constructs and relics, even the seasoned members were left perplexed by the discovery. Diverse opinions emerged among the group, acclaiming these visuals as among the most striking depictions of submerged pyramids ever encountered. The collective discourse surrounding these findings hints at a profound mystery that continues to captivate the imagination of those intrigued by the secrets hidden beneath the waves. As word about the groundbreaking discovery circulated, the man was overwhelmed by a deluge of inquiries from inquisitive individuals and adventurous seekers hailing from different parts of the globe. While some viewed his assertions with doubt, attributing the pyramids to mere geological formations or visual tricks, others were captivated by the prospect that these edifices might harbor the answers to unveiling the mysteries of Antarctica's ancient history. This widespread interest not only highlighted the global fascination with the find, but also underscored the varying perspectives and interpretations surrounding the enigmatic structures within the Antarctic landscape. The influx of varying opinions and reactions served to emphasize the complex and multifaceted nature of the discovery, sparking debates, discussions, and further investigations into the true nature of these anomalies. One individual expressed skepticism regarding the attribution of certain underwater structures as pyramids, arguing that they bear little resemblance to traditional pyramidal shapes and appear more akin to natural formations that incidentally adopt a pyramid-like configuration. Specifically, there are doubts raised about the accurate classification of these underwater sites as conventional pyramids, as their appearance aligns more with naturally occurring features reminiscent of pyramid shapes. The intriguing resemblance of this image to the iconic pyramids in Egypt, especially when observed from an aerial perspective, sparks curiosity and contemplation. While this similarity does not inherently suggest extraterrestrial origins, it does hint at the possibility of a nearby forgotten civilization, opening doors to a realm of captivating speculation and inquiries. Delving further, the discovery of such parallels between structures raises profound questions about the historical narratives and potential interactions among ancient civilizations. This unearths a realm of fascination, inviting exploration into the mysteries of the past and the puzzling connections. Taking precise measurements provides valuable insight into the dimensions of these four structures, revealing that they collectively span a total of 7,100 meters, or 23,000 feet. Scientists and historians have asserted that Antarctica has never been home to civilizations, casting doubt on the possibility of human habitation in the region. However, whenever new findings emerge that challenge this belief, it prompts a re-evaluation of the prevailing notion. Despite the prevailing consensus that Antarctica is void of any historical civilizations, the emergence of new evidence often sparks inquiries and skepticism regarding this idea. In the realm of exploring Antarctica, a differing perspective has been put forth, emphasizing the importance of adhering to factual evidence over mere assertions. Specifically, attention is drawn to the existence of four substantial pyramid-shaped structures located in close proximity to Antarctica. The proposal advocates for the dispatch of a research team to investigate these structures comprehensively, aiming to ascertain their significance. The rationale behind this expedition lies in the belief that even if the outcome yields no substantial discoveries, it will provide a definitive answer, thus adding to our knowledge base. Unveiling an intriguing juxtaposition, the discourse challenges the notion that these structures cannot be termed pyramids due to the absence of historical evidence of human habitation in Antarctica. It argues that such assertions hold weight only until new discoveries come to light. In the dynamic landscape of Antarctic exploration, the continuous unveiling of previously unknown aspects underscores the need to embrace unconventional thinking. The narrative encourages a proactive approach, advocating for a fearless pursuit of knowledge that transcends conventional wisdom and embraces the prospect of groundbreaking discoveries. This comprehensive exposition advocates for a meticulous examination of the mysterious structures near Antarctica, embodying a spirit of intellectual curiosity and a dedication to unraveling the mysteries of this vast and enigmatic continent. Scientists just discovered that Earth has a mysterious heartbeat every 27 million years. Research findings regarding ancient geological occurrences indicate a recurring pattern of geological processes on Earth approximately every 27 million years, resembling a steady and gradual heartbeat. The series of interconnected geological phenomena such as volcanic eruptions, mass die-offs, shifts in tectonic plates, and fluctuations in sea levels progress at an extraordinarily gradual pace following a 27.5 million year pattern of dramatic changes. Fortunately, scientists predict that we are granted approximately another 20 million years before the occurrence of the subsequent cycle of these significant events. This extended timeline offers us a considerable span to prepare for and understand the implications of the forthcoming geological pulse. Many professionals in the field of geology, including Michael Rampino, a respected geologist from New York University and the principal investigator of the study, hold the belief that geological occurrences unfold in a seemingly unpredictable manner. Their research presents compelling statistical data supporting a consistent cycle, indicating a correlation among these geological occurrences rather than mere chance. This identification of patterns offers valuable insights into the underlying mechanisms governing these events, highlighting the interconnected nature of geological processes. The research team meticulously examined the chronological timeline of 89 extensively studied geological occurrences spanning over a period of 260 million years. The researchers detailed a range of occurrences in their study, encompassing instances of both marine and non-marine extinctions, significant ocean anoxic events, continental flood basalt eruptions, fluctuations in sea levels, worldwide bursts of intraplate magmatism, and periods marked by alterations in seafloor spreading velocities and plate rearrangements. The findings indicate a consistent correlation among global geological occurrences, showing a pattern of recurring cycles with an approximate duration of around 27.5 million years. Geologists have long devoted their efforts to studying a potential recurring pattern in geological phenomena. In the early 20th century, scientists proposed a 30 million year cyclic pattern within the geological record. Later, in the 1980s and 1990s, researchers analyzed the most accurately dated geological occurrences available at the time to estimate a range for the duration between these recurrent geological pulses, settling on a span of 26 and 30 million years. This ongoing investigation into the periodicity of geological events highlights the meticulous and enduring nature of geoscientific inquiry, aiming to unravel the mysteries of the Earth's dynamic history. The current status appears to be well aligned. 27.5 million years aligns closely with our projections. A research article released towards the end of 2020, authored by the same individuals, posited that this particular 27.5 million year milestone coincides with periods of mass extinctions as well. The scholarly publication from 2018, authored by a pair of academics from the University of Sydney, delved into the intricate relationship between Earth's carbon cycle and the movements of its tectonic plates. Through a meticulous analysis, it was determined that the duration of this cycle spans an estimated 26 million years. In the most recent study conducted by Collins, it was elucidated that a significant proportion of the events examined by the research team possess a causal relationship, indicating that one event leads to the occurrence of another. Consequently, among the 89 events scrutinized, several are interconnected. An illustrative example of such interrelation is the occurrence of anoxic events triggering marine extinctions. Acknowledging the previously mentioned point, he further remarked on the apparent cyclical pattern spanning 26 to 30 million years, indicating its substantial existence across extended temporal scales. However, the fundamental cause behind this recurring cycle remains ambiguous and warrants further investigation. This periodicity, although evidently observable, poses a puzzling question regarding its underlying mechanisms. Recent studies conducted by researcher Rampino and his research team have put forth the notion that comet impacts could potentially be responsible for significant events in Earth's history. The concept that Earth may possess a geological heartbeat could potentially be attributed to a phenomenon that is more intimately connected to our planet. The synchronization of periodic shifts in tectonic activity and climatic variations could stem from either geophysical mechanisms linked to plate tectonics and mantle plumes, or possibly be synchronized with celestial rhythms tied to Earth's orbital motions within the solar system and the Milky Way, as detailed in the research conducted by the team. This intricate interplay between geological processes and environmental fluctuations unveils a complex interconnection that not only governs the evolution of landscapes, but also sheds light on the intricate dance of Earth within the cosmic realms. Deep within the heart of the Congo rainforest, where the lush canopy blocks out the sun's rays, allegedly lives a creature of legend and myth, the Jabari Fofi spider. Stories of its colossal size and formidable presence echoed through the tales of indigenous tribes and intrigued explorers seeking adventure. One man who describes himself as an explorer recently said that he had journeyed to the Congo rainforest in search of rare flora and fauna, hoping to uncover the secrets of this untamed wilderness. Armed with a backpack and camera, he ventured into the jungle, accompanied only by his trusty guide, Nkosi. Thomas and Nkosi spent several days traversing through the dense undergrowth. They heard the chorus of birds and insects, caught glimpses of fleeting wildlife, and marveled at the emerald beauty surrounding them. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth, and a symphony of nocturnal creatures began to sing their serenades. The following day, as they pushed through a particularly dense thicket, they stumbled upon a vast clearing, and above them was an expansive web stretched out before them. In the center of the colossal web sat a huge spider. Thomas said that he'd never seen a spider this big before and proceeded to take photographs. However, due to how high up the spider was, he said that it was difficult to capture. He also pointed out that there was webbing around the creature, but noted that it doesn't show up in the photos. Thomas then said that Nkosi warned him about this creature, telling him to be cautious, as this spider is venomous. Nkosi told Thomas to back away, sensing that the creature's patience was wearing thin. Natives who live in these regions consider the spider to be the jungle's guardian, and said that it had allowed them a glimpse into its world, but that the time had come for them to leave. As the two explorers retreated from the clearing, Thomas couldn't wait to share his finding, and said that he now feels a newfound appreciation for the rainforest and its mysteries. In the days that followed, Thomas said that they didn't encounter another one of these spiders, but said that due to the experience it's given him a newfound respect for the natural world. Interestingly, this isn't the first time that this creature has allegedly been encountered. The Congo rainforest, one of the most biologically diverse regions on Earth, is steeped in ancient legends and mythical creatures. Among these tales, the legend of the Jabari Fofi spider stands out, capturing the imagination of the indigenous peoples of the Congo for generations. The legend of the Jabari Fofi spider has its roots in the oral traditions of the indigenous peoples of the Congo region. The term Jabari Fofi translates to giant spider in the local dialect, reflecting the awe and fear the creature inspires. These tales describe a colossal arachnid that surpasses the size of any known spider species, with some accounts claiming it spans several meters in diameter. In the rich tapestry of Congolese folklore, the spider is often depicted as a guardian of the jungle, inhabiting the deepest and most remote corners of the rainforest. Its presence is believed to be both a symbol of protection and a harbinger of danger, making it an integral part of the cultural fabric of the local communities. Although the spider has captivated the imagination of countless storytellers and adventurers, there is a distinct lack of concrete evidence to support its existence. Reported sightings of the creature are scarce and often shrouded in ambiguity. Most accounts come from indigenous people or local guides, who recount their encounters with the mythical arachnid during jungle expeditions. One notable instance of alleged evidence came in the form of oversized spider webs discovered in the Congo jungle. In 2009, a British researcher documented the presence of gigantic orb-weaving spider webs spanning up to 2.8 meters in diameter. While these webs are impressive, they have not been conclusively linked to the fabled Jabari Fofi spider, leaving the mystery unsolved. The legend of the spider has piqued the interest of researchers, particularly those who study creatures that exist in folklore or local legends, but have not been scientifically verified. These researchers aim to uncover hidden and undiscovered species that might have evaded scientific documentation. However, the scientific community remains skeptical of the existence of the spider. The lack of tangible evidence, along with the impossibility of a spider reaching the reported colossal sizes without defying the constraints of biology and physics, leads many scientists to dismiss the creature as a product of local mythology and exaggeration. Despite the absence of concrete evidence, the legend of the Jabari Fofi spider continues to hold immense cultural significance in the Congo region. It serves as a symbol of the rich biodiversity and mystique of the rainforest, a reminder of the deep spiritual connection that indigenous communities have with their natural surroundings. Moreover, the myth of the spider highlights the importance of conservation efforts in the Congo jungle. While the existence of a giant spider might remain unproven, the region's biodiversity faces real and pressing threats. Preserving the habitat of the Congo jungle is essential for protecting its unique and diverse wildlife, including known species of spiders and other arachnids. The allure of mythical creatures like the Jabari Fofi spider lies in their ability to capture the imagination and spark wonder. Folklore and legends enrich our understanding of the world, reflecting the cultural beliefs and values of communities across time and space. In the case of the Jabari Fofi spider, the legend serves as a cautionary tale, urging respect for the wilderness and appreciation for the marvels of nature. These tales often serve as cautionary stories, cultural markers, or explanations for natural phenomena. Among these traditions, the legend of the Jabari Fofi spider holds a prominent place, passing through countless storytellers' voices, each adding their own nuances to the narrative. According to indigenous beliefs, the spider is not just a gigantic arachnid, but also a guardian of the jungle. Tales describe it as dwelling in the deepest, most remote parts of the rainforest, protecting the natural order of the ecosystem. The spider is both revered and feared, as its presence is associated with balance and harmony, but also signals potential danger lurking in the wilderness. The cultural significance of the Jabari Fofi spider extends beyond its mythical attributes. For the native communities, it represents a spiritual connection with nature, instilling a sense of awe and respect for the mysteries of the Congo rainforest. Among the indigenous communities, stories of actual encounters with the Jabari Fofi spider are passed down as first-hand testimonies. These encounters are often described in vivid detail, evoking the creature's awe-inspiring size and its imposing presence. However, it is essential to acknowledge that these testimonies are embedded within cultural contexts and may be subject to embellishments or interpretations over time. One such account comes from a member of the Mbuti pygmy tribe. The tribesman narrates an encounter with a colossal spider while deep in the rainforest. According to the story, the spider stood as tall as a man, with its legs extending far beyond human reach. The tribesman described the creature as a powerful guardian of the jungle, urging his fellow tribespeople to show reverence and gratitude for the spider's protection. Another account comes from the Baka people, who describe the spider as a watchful guardian that protects the forest from those who disrespect its sanctity. These accounts highlight the spider's role as a symbol of ecological preservation and cultural heritage among the native communities. The myth of the spider cannot be fully understood without recognizing its cultural context. For the indigenous people of the Congo, the creature embodies the interplay between reality and mythology, reflecting their deep connection to the rainforest and its mystical aspects. It serves as a reminder of the importance of maintaining a harmonious relationship with the natural world, acknowledging the interconnectedness between humans and the environment. While the existence of the giant Congo spider remains a matter of myth and mystery, its legend continues to resonate within the hearts of the indigenous peoples. The stories of encounters and testimonies enrich our understanding of the Congo's cultural heritage and the ecological significance of its rainforest. Embracing the Jabari Fofi spider myth with cultural appreciation and a scientific mindset can foster a deeper appreciation for the complexities of our natural world and the importance of preserving it for generations to come. In the heart of the dense and enigmatic Congo rainforest, a creature of legend and mystery has captivated the imaginations of locals and adventurers alike, the Kongomato. This mythical creature, also known as the overturner of boats, is said to be a fearsome flying creature with a reputation for attacking humans and livestock. The Kongomato's legend has its roots in the folklore of the Kayonde and Bashilanga tribes, who inhabit the regions surrounding the Luapula River in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The term Kongomato translates to breaker of boats or overturner of boats, as it is said to target travelers on the river, causing their boats to capsize. Described as a large bat-like or pterosaur-like creature with leathery wings, The Congamato is believed to be carnivorous, preying on fish, small animals, and even humans. Tales of its piercing screech and powerful claws add to its fearsome reputation, and its presence is often seen as an omen of misfortune or death. The Congamato holds immense cultural significance in the local traditions and beliefs of the Congo communities. It serves as a cautionary tale, warning against dangerous encounters with the unknown and the potential consequences of straying into the realm of the spirits. The legend also embodies the spiritual connection between these indigenous communities and the natural world. As guardians of their lands, these tribes have developed deep reverence for the creatures that inhabit their environment. The Congamato's mythical existence reinforces the importance of respecting the balance of nature and adhering to the ancient customs that safeguard their communities. Over the years, there have been numerous accounts of Congamato sightings and encounters. Witnesses claim to have seen the creature flying at great heights, with some describing it as having a wingspan of up to 30 feet. These reports often coincide with peculiar events or ominous occurrences, further deepening the belief in the creature's existence. One notable encounter comes from the British zoologist Ivan T. Sanderson, who visited the Congo in the 1930s. During his stay, he collected testimonies from local villagers who shared stories of Congamato sightings and attacks. Although Sanderson himself did not observe the creature, he acknowledged the locals' sincerity and belief in the creature's existence. From a scientific standpoint, explanations for the Congamato sightings vary. Some researchers propose that the sightings could be attributed to misidentification of known flying creatures, such as large birds or bats, or even misinterpretations of the shadows and light patterns in the dense forest. Additionally, cultural influences and collective beliefs may play a significant role in shaping the perception of the Congamato. The power of folklore and local legends can influence how individuals interpret and remember their observations, sometimes leading to the creation of a shared mythos. Creatures like the Congamato hold a special place in the realm of popular culture. While these mysterious creatures have not been formally identified, their allure continues to spark curiosity and fascination among adventurers and researchers. The stories of these creatures also serve as reminders of the importance of biodiversity conservation. The Congo rainforest is one of the world's most significant biodiversity hotspots, home to countless species of flora and fauna, some of which are yet to be discovered and described by science. Protecting these ecosystems is crucial, not only for preserving the habitats of known species, but also for the potential discovery of new and mysterious creatures that may dwell within. The legend of the Congamato remains an integral part of the cultural heritage of the Congo, reflecting the spiritual connection between indigenous communities and the natural world. Whether a mythical creature or a case of misidentification, the tales of the Congamato add an air of mystery to the already enigmatic Congo rainforest. As the pursuit of the Congamato continues, it serves as a reminder of the importance of preserving the world's biodiversity-rich ecosystems. The quest to unravel the secrets of the Congo rainforest not only promises potential discoveries, but also underscores the need to protect these precious habitats for generations to come. Ultimately, whether the Congamato is a creature of myth or reality, its legend endures as a symbol of the unexplored and the untamed, drawing us further into the captivating realms of the Congo and the world's untold mysteries. Unsolved mysteries involving mysterious individuals have a unique and enduring fascination that captures our collective imagination. These enigmatic figures, whether real or the stuff of legends, possess an irresistible allure that compels us to delve into the unknown. Two mysterious individuals visit a hotel. A video capturing the entrance of two individuals believed to be men in black into the Sheraton Hotel lobby on the Canadian side of the Niagara Falls has fascinated people for years. The footage was uploaded to YouTube, and this incident, which took place on May 15, 2009, has been thoroughly investigated by those who are interested in the unknown. It was found that these alleged men in black specifically sought out the general manager of the hotel, who, along with a fellow employee working security at the time, had an encounter with a triangular-shaped unidentified object 7 months prior to this incident. The sighting occurred on the night of October 14, 2008, as the unidentified object glided slowly and silently over the hotel premises. The presence of this surveillance video has stirred great interest and curiosity among UFO enthusiasts and researchers alike. The two hotel employees provided a detailed account of the extraordinary aerial phenomenon they encountered. They described the unidentified flying object as an impressive sight, measuring approximately 240 feet in length, and stated that the aircraft boasted a unique configuration with 3 white lights prominently displayed on all 3 sides, while a pulsating red light adorned its central section, adding to its mystique. Their observation of the object lasted for nearly 10 minutes, during which it traversed the skies in a slow and noiseless manner at an estimated altitude of 500 feet. Its flight path extended from over Niagara's majestic Horseshoe Falls toward the direction of their hotel, leaving the witnesses in awe and disbelief. What further captivated their attention was the craft's fascinating behavior. As it gracefully hovered above the water, the object emitted a brilliant beam of shimmering white light. This radiant display was directed downward, seemingly illuminating the surface of the water with a mesmerizing glow. However, as the two individuals continued to observe this extraordinary phenomenon, their astonishment quickly turned to trepidation. About a week later, the hotel manager was alone in the hotel parking lot at 1 a.m. when he noticed another black triangle flying in the same direction but at a much higher altitude. Approximately 7 months following the occurrence of the 2 aforementioned sightings, a rather unsettling incident took place on May 15th. It involved the hotel staff, who found themselves at the center of an eerie encounter. 2 individuals, bearing an uncanny resemblance to one another, were observed entering the hotel lobby. These men were attired in matching black trench coats and hats, which only added to the mystique of the situation. Curiosity piqued, they approached the front desk and requested to speak with the hotel manager. Upon encountering the hotel's bellman, the 2 individuals, who were described as having an unusually distinctive appearance, were informed by the bellman that the manager was absent for the day. Although the bellman perceived a sense of disbelief from the 2 men, they proceeded to explore various areas of the hotel in search of the manager. After the bellman completed his assigned tasks and returned, he discovered that the 2 individuals had departed from the premises. This incident showcases an intriguing encounter between the bellman and these enigmatic men, raising questions about their motives and intentions within the hotel. The following day, when the hotel manager resumed his duties, the bellman approached him discreetly. He proceeded to recount the unsettling incident involving 2 individuals who had left him feeling unnerved. According to the bellman, these 2 men had strikingly similar appearances, characterized by an eerie pallor, towering height, and identical attire, right down to the matching hats and trench coats they were wearing. This encounter had left the bellman thoroughly shaken, their presence and uncanny resemblance haunting his thoughts. With a mixture of skepticism and concern, the manager proceeded to the hotel security office and meticulously analyzed the surveillance footage from the preceding day. His objective was to locate any footage capturing the entry of the 2 individuals into the hotel lobby. Taking a comprehensive approach, the manager delved into the details of the surveillance tapes, carefully examining each frame to ascertain the precise time in which the 2 individuals entered the hotel. The following day, an additional employee from the hotel approached the manager confidentially and recounted her encounter with the 2 individuals. During their conversation, they inquired about the manager while delving into topics that seemed completely nonsensical to her, such as discussions about governments and mysterious aircrafts. A sense of fear washed over her when she observed a peculiar detail about them, their complete lack of facial hair, including eyebrows. It appeared as though they were wearing hats with attached wigs, giving them an unnatural and unsettling appearance. This bizarre encounter left her perplexed and unsettled, raising questions about the true nature and intentions of these individuals. The woman recounted to her boss the striking appearance of the 2 men, with their large and captivating blue eyes that seemed to hold a hypnotic power. As she delved further into her experience, her emotions overwhelmed her, resulting in tears as she tried to convey the strong impression that these individuals had the ability to delve into her thoughts, particularly regarding the manager. She even felt compelled to actively block any thoughts related to him due to the unsettling sensation. What troubled her further was the fact that these men never blinked, not even once, which added to the overall eerie atmosphere of the encounter. The information surrounding the Men in Black incident is primarily based on the testimony of the manager. However, despite this limitation, those who have investigated this case have said that the witness was trustworthy and reliable. Additionally, the video capturing the Men in Black's entry into the lobby was provided by the hotel manager, adding an extra layer of evidence to the case. As of right now, the footage is believed to be one of the few genuine pieces of evidence that we have of the Men in Black. Dr. Herbert Hopkins and the missing coin. Many people regard the Men in Black as being nothing more than the appearance of government agents dressed in perfect black suits that attempt to cover up or use scare tactics to prevent the public at large from understanding the true occurrence of mysterious activity. However, the Men in Black could also be something else entirely, something not human. This appears to be the case when reviewing the reports made by a Dr. Herbert Hopkins and his strange encounter with an individual who suddenly showed up at his house while he was conducting a private investigation. Dr. Herbert Hopkins was working as a consultant on a case involving a sighting of an unidentified flying object, as well as various other claims that had occurred in the state of Maine. One night, as Dr. Hopkins was poring over further details of the case he had recovered, he received an eerie phone call from someone who claimed to be an activist, who then further stated that not only did he wish to visit Hopkins, but he had additional evidence regarding the case. Dr. Hopkins was thrilled to hear this, as any additional witness testimony and proof brought forward would certainly help him to better understand the situation that had occurred, and so he gave the man the details of his address and directions on how to reach him. Oddly enough, it only took a few minutes before he heard the ring of his doorbell. The man that showed up to his house was described by Dr. Hopkins as wearing a perfectly pressed black suit and black tie. But this was far from the most noticeable thing about the man. According to Dr. Hopkins, the Man in Black had incredibly unusual facial features. The man had no hair of any kind, including a bald head, completely shaved eyebrows and no eyelashes. He was also so unbelievably pale to the point that it looked unhealthy and completely unnatural. Not wanting to be rude, Dr. Hopkins invited the strange man into the home to discuss the details of the case. When the strange man entered, Dr. Hopkins' dog began barking at the man erratically and demonstrated incredible uneasiness around him. The only thing out of the man's mouth were direct questions being asked about the details of the case, involving information that no one other than the current investigators were made aware of. After Dr. Hopkins answered his questions and told the man everything he had learned about the case, the conversation became a whole lot weirder. The Man in Black told Dr. Herbert Hopkins that there were 2 coins in his pocket and for the doctor to make sure he was correct. When the doctor checked his pockets, he found 2 coins and immediately became disturbed by this. The Man in Black then instructed the doctor to remove one of the coins in his pockets and to hold it in his hand. As the coin sat in the palm of the doctor's hands, he began to see what he described as the coin taking on a silvery appearance and then appeared as if it was going out of focus. After a few more seconds, the coin disappeared completely and was nowhere to be seen. The Man in Black then explained to Hopkins that the coin will never be seen on this plane again, implying that perhaps it's in a different plane of existence altogether. The Man in Black then asked the doctor if he was aware of the case of Barney Hill. For those that are not aware of Barney Hill, he was a famous collaborator in the unidentified object community, with interesting experiences and witness accounts. He and his wife worked tirelessly to develop the legitimate study of advanced life before his untimely passing that was already shrouded in mystery. The Man in Black then told Dr. Hopkins that the reason Barney had passed away was due to them using the same tactic as they did with the coin on Barney's hand. The Man in Black clarified by saying, "Just like you no longer have a coin, Barney didn't have a heart." The Man in Black then told Dr. Hopkins to destroy any material he had related to the UFO case and to no longer participate in any further study. Extremely disturbed by this event, Dr. Hopkins immediately burned all the files he had relative to the case. Dan Aykroyd's mysterious encounter. Most notably known for his comedic movies and popular celebrity entourage, Dan Aykroyd began work on a paranormal TV show that worked to ask experts for their opinions, consult on investigations, and treat the world of the paranormal as a legitimate field of study. According to Mr. Aykroyd, during one of his filming shoots, he stepped outside to take a private call without anyone listening in. As he was standing outside taking the call, he noticed a black Ford parked across the street and a strange, tall man that stepped out of the car. This strange man then began staring at Mr. Aykroyd angrily. After feeling a little awkward, Mr. Aykroyd turned away for a moment before looking back and noticing the car and the strange, tall man had completely vanished. After he finished his phone call and returned to the shoot, he was immediately told by the producers that the show had been cancelled and he was ordered to stop filming immediately. Though many people doubt his claims, to this day, Dan Aykroyd swears by what he saw and believes the cancelling of his show to be connected with these strange men in black. The mysterious disappearance of Ronald O in the enigmatic Cascades. Over 250,000 individuals are reported missing every year, with estimates of actual missing persons cases that are left unreported, pushing that total to more than an expected 300,000 cases annually. With that many reports, it is no wonder that a vast majority of these cases are left unsolved. However, every now and then there are a series of missing cases that emerge that are so peculiar they become the subject of impossible to explain theories. Known as the Missing 411, there appears to be a substantial number of missing persons cases relating to the disappearances of individuals from national parks. Reported among the awe-inspiring landscape of the Cascades, experienced outdoorsman Ronald O and his bizarre disappearance near Russell Lake in the Mount Jefferson Wilderness area has left investigators and the public perplexed. Ronald, an experienced hiker and photographer, went missing while exploring the rugged terrain of this scenic region. Despite extensive search efforts, including the deployment of helicopters and planes, no trace of Ronald or his belongings was ever found. The Cascades, a majestic mountain range stretching through Oregon and Washington, is renowned for its stunning natural beauty and challenging terrain. Mount Jefferson, standing proudly at 10,497 feet, serves as the centerpiece of the Mount Jefferson Wilderness area. Situated approximately 20 miles north of the Three Sisters Wilderness, this rugged expanse of wilderness offers adventurers a captivating experience. With its high-altitude setting, exposed boulders, and numerous lakes, including the enigmatic Russell Lake, the area presents both breathtaking vistas and potential hazards. The absence of dense vegetation above the timberline reveals a landscape that can be unforgiving, yet its allure draws hikers, photographers, and nature enthusiasts seeking solitude and serenity. Accompanied by two of his close friends from the Portland area, Ronald O embarked on a hiking expedition in the Mount Jefferson Wilderness and had planned to stay in the area for only a few days. Armed with his tent, sleeping bag, photography equipment, and supplies, Ronald's intention was to capture the beauty of the region through his lens and then return home before the end of the week. Unfortunately for Ronald and his friends, strategy would strike halfway through their expedition in the area. On the day of his disappearance, Ronald's friends decided to hike down to Russell Lake and set up camp, while O opted to stay on a ridge above the lake to take more photographs, separating his two closest friends while he stayed on the ridge alone throughout the night. As darkness fell, Ronald's friends had grown worried as to where O had gone, as he was expected to have returned to their camp before nightfall. And when Ronald failed to rejoin his friends at the lake, the friends took his absence as a sign that something far more nefarious had occurred. Concerned, his companions initiated a small search, retracing their path from the ridge and back down while calling out to Ronald, but were unable to locate him. The following day, the United States Forest Service and the Marion County Sheriff's Department were alerted, prompting a formal search operation. The search for Ronald O involved a collaborative effort between the Marion County Sheriff's Department, the United States Forest Service, and additional support from the Oregon National Guard and Civil Air Patrol. Helicopters and planes were deployed, scouring the rugged landscape in an attempt to locate Ronald from the air. Meanwhile, over 200 ground searchers meticulously combed the area, employing a grid pattern to cover vast stretches of land. Despite their exhaustive efforts, no trace of Ronald or any of his belongings, including his equipment, backpack, hat, camera, or sleeping bag, was found. Ronald O's vanishing near Russell Lake adds to the disturbing pattern of disappearances in the Cascades. Curiously, there have been reports of individuals going missing in this particular corridor during the summer months of 2012. Notably, the last two cases involved individuals over 50 years old who disappeared within a 25-mile radius of each other while venturing alone in the wilderness. This uncanny similarity raises questions about the circumstances surrounding these events and the potential underlying factors at play. The unexplained disappearances in the Cascades have sparked numerous theories and speculations. Some have questioned whether the volcanic nature of the region, with its active and inactive volcanoes, could have any connection to these vanishing cases. Others have pondered the role of the rugged landscape, characterized by boulders, rocks, and exposed granite, which features prominently in the vicinity where people have gone missing. Drawing comparisons with folklore from other regions, such as Iceland, where large rocks and boulders are believed to hold mystical significance, adds an intriguing layer to the discussion. The Cascades, while alluring, also hold an air of mystery and danger. As David Paulides, an investigator of missing persons cases, emphasizes, these disappearances cannot be attributed to mere coincidence. The sheer number of documented cases, along with the bizarre circumstances under which individuals have vanished or been found, points to something inexplicable happening in this captivating wilderness. While the precise causes remain elusive, it is crucial to raise awareness about these incidents and offer support to the families affected. The vanishing of Ronald O near Russell Lake in the Cascades serves as a haunting reminder of the enigmatic nature of this breathtaking region. Despite extensive search efforts and the deployment of resources, Ronald's disappearance remains unsolved, leaving investigators and loved ones searching for answers. As we reflect on his case and the broader pattern of disappearances in the Cascades, we are reminded of the need for continued vigilance, research, and awareness. The search for truth and closure persists as we strive to understand the mysterious forces that have claimed the lives and presence of those who ventured into the captivating yet treacherous wilderness of the Cascades. The mystery of Nicholas Flamel. Performing a Google search for the name Nicholas Flamel will generate an overwhelming number of search results. However, the majority of these results predominantly spotlight books or information related to the fictional character Nicholas Flamel. If one seeks information about the historical figure, the renowned alchemist, the task becomes considerably more challenging. Nicholas Flamel gained particular prominence due to J.K. Rowling's portrayal of him in the widely popular book Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. In this narrative, Flamel is portrayed as the creator of the mythical Philosopher's Stone, capable of producing the elixir of life and transforming base metals into gold. While the factual existence of Flamel is not synonymous with immortality, his narrative possesses an air of enigmatic allure that continues to captivate and intrigue. Nicholas Flamel, born in 1330 in the vicinity of Paris, France, remains an enigmatic figure when it comes to his early years. However, as he reached adulthood, Flamel found work as a bookseller and formed a union with Perenelle, a widow slightly older than himself. Evidence suggests that Flamel's success as a bookseller manifested through generous donations to the Holy Innocents Cemetery and the presentation of a valuable manuscript to the royal court. Moreover, Flamel gained wide recognition for his mastery in the realm of alchemy. The field of alchemy had gained remarkable popularity throughout Europe during this period, notably with a focus on the transmutation of substances, particularly the ambitious pursuit of converting base metals into precious gold. Delving deeper into Flamel's life, his involvement as an alchemist extended beyond mere fascination. He passionately engaged in the study and practice of alchemical principles, seeking to unlock the mysteries of transmutation. The allure of turning base metals into gold fascinated Flamel, drawing him into a world of intricate experimentation and profound exploration of the natural world. Nicholas Flamel would gain widespread recognition and acclaim due to his remarkable achievement in developing the legendary Philosopher's Stone. This renowned artifact was believed to possess the extraordinary ability to transmute ordinary mercury into precious gold. There is significant skepticism surrounding the claims that Flamel's stone had the power to transform mercury into gold, especially considering that his wife was the only person who claimed to have witnessed such a transmutation. However, During the 14th century, Flamel's story was widely believed, leading Europe's royalty and nobility to actively seek out alchemists who could assist them in acquiring wealth and maintaining good health. The enigmatic aspect of Nicholas Flamel's tale lies in how he acquired the knowledge required to create the Philosopher's Stone. As recounted by the famous alchemist himself, a celestial being appeared to him in a dream, presenting a perplexing book that defied comprehension. This angelic entity prophesied that with time, the mysterious contents of the book would be unveiled to him. Mirroring this celestial encounter, Flamel's path crossed with an individual who possessed the exact same book from his dream, a book penned by none other than Abraham the Jew. Fascinated and driven by curiosity, Flamel wasted no time in acquiring this precious book. Over the course of 21 years, he tirelessly immersed himself in its cryptic symbols, gradually unlocking the profound secrets of transmutation concealed within its pages. Regrettably, the Book of Abramelin the Mage, which played such a pivotal role in Flamel's extraordinary journey, has tragically vanished from existence. Lost amidst the annals of history during the 17th century, this unfortunate circumstance renders the verification of Flamel's remarkable account impossible. Nicholas Flamel, renowned for his contributions to alchemy, dedicated the remainder of his life to France. During this period, he not only authored manuscripts on the subject, some of which can still be admired today at the renowned Bibliothèque Nationale in Paris, but he also indulged in regular visits to local cemeteries. Despite these intriguing aspects, Flamel's later years were seemingly unremarkable, characterized by an ordinary existence. Eventually, at the age of 80, he succumbed to the natural course of life and found his final resting place at the church of Saint-Jacques-la-Boucherie. Nevertheless, Flamel's legacy endured beyond his mortality. Although there is no concrete evidence from his own lifetime that suggests he had discovered the elixir of life, by the 17th century, the tale surrounding him had acquired grandeur. It became widely believed that Flamel had achieved immortality, fueled in part by the testimonies of would-be thieves who audaciously trespassed into his tomb with the hope of discovering the fabled Philosopher's Stone, rumoured to be interred alongside its creator. However, their hopes were dashed when these intruders, upon opening Flamel's coffin, were greeted with an astounding revelation. No physical remains were found within. This unexpected circumstance further perpetuated the notion that Flamel had indeed achieved everlasting life, thereby adding another layer to the enigmatic saga of this alchemical figure. And thus, the legend surrounding Nicholas Flamel continued to grow and captivate the imagination of many. In present times, a significant number of individuals perceive Flamel as a mere fictional character, but there exists undeniable evidence that he did, in fact, exist. A deep dive into the French archives would unveil his marriage certificate to Perenelle, records documenting the gifts he bestowed upon others, and copies of his meticulously crafted manuscripts. These artifacts serve as a testament to the life of an ordinary man, albeit one fortunate enough to possess the ability to read and write during the 14th century in France. The Pollock Twins. The story of the Pollock Twins is a fascinating and enigmatic tale that has intrigued both believers in reincarnation and skeptics alike. This case revolves around two young girls, Joanna and Jacqueline Pollock, who were born in Hexham, England in 1958, and their purported memories of a past life as their deceased sisters, Joanna and Jacqueline Pollock, who had tragically passed away in a car accident just 1 year before the new twins were born. The Pollock twins' story has captivated the imagination of many and has sparked debates about the possibility of reincarnation and the nature of human consciousness. The Pollock twins' background. To fully appreciate the complexity of this case, it is essential to understand the background. The original Joanna and Jacqueline Pollock were born in 1946 and 1947 respectively. Tragically, their lives were cut short when they were involved in a car accident on May 5, 1957, at the ages of 11 and 6, along with a family friend, Anthony Leyden. Just 1 year later, on October 4, 1958, their mother, Florence Pollock, gave birth to twins, Gillian and Jennifer Pollock, who would soon become the centre of a paranormal mystery. The story of the Pollock twins' reincarnation memories began when they were around 3 years old. Both Gillian and Jennifer started displaying strange behaviour and making statements that perplexed their parents. They claimed to remember the accident that took the lives of their older sisters, Joanna and Jacqueline, despite never having been told about it by their parents. Their alleged memories included details about the car crash, the color of the car, and the presence of a man in the car with them, which corresponded with the actual circumstances of the accident. Florence Pollock and her husband, John Pollock, initially dismissed these claims as mere childhood fantasies. However, the girls' insistence on their past lives became increasingly detailed and accurate. They could even recall the layout of their previous home and the toys they had played with, which had never been described to them. Dr. Ian Stevenson's investigation. The case of the Pollock twins caught the attention of Dr. Ian Stevenson, a respected psychiatrist and researcher in the field of reincarnation studies. Stevenson had dedicated his career to investigating cases of children who claimed to remember past lives, and he saw the Pollock twins case as a unique opportunity to study the phenomenon. In 1963, he travelled to Hexham to interview the Pollock family and conduct an extensive investigation. Dr. Stevenson's research yielded several remarkable findings. He documented over 100 specific and accurate statements made by Gillian and Jennifer about their alleged past lives, many of which were later confirmed to be true. For instance, the girls accurately described the layout of the house where their deceased sisters had lived, the location of the bedrooms, and even details about the family's pet dog. They also displayed behaviours and preferences that were consistent with those of their deceased sisters, such as having the same favourite foods and showing a fondness for the same toys. While Dr. Stevenson's research seemed to support the idea of reincarnation, skeptics offered alternative explanations for the Pollock twins' memories. One argument was that the girls had overheard conversations about the accident and their deceased sisters, either from their parents or other family members, which could have influenced their beliefs and memories. However, the Pollock parents vehemently denied ever discussing the accident in front of the twins, and there was no evidence to suggest otherwise. Another skeptical explanation focused on the possibility of the twins having had access to photographs or other personal items belonging to their deceased sisters. Critics argued that this exposure could have led the girls to form vivid memories of their past lives. However, the Pollock family claimed to have kept such items locked away, and Dr. Stevenson's investigation did not uncover any evidence of the twins having accessed them. As of right now, the case of the Pollock twins remains a perplexing and controversial topic in the realm of paranormal phenomena and reincarnation studies. While Dr. Ian Stevenson's research provided substantial evidence in support of the twins' alleged memories, skeptics continue to propose alternative explanations. The mystery of the Pollock twins raises profound questions about the nature of consciousness, memory, and the possibility of life after death. The mystery of Eric Robinson. In the sprawling outskirts of Melbourne, Australia, Eric Robinson and his girlfriend Marilyn Coulsett lived contrasting lives. While Marilyn Coulsett dedicated her days to the education of young minds, working as the principal of the Valkstone Primary School, located in East Bentley, Eric embraced a life of exploration and adventure and would often go on long trips out in the middle of nowhere, often leaving behind a worried girlfriend. Despite Marilyn's worries, Eric Robinson was an incredibly experienced outdoorsman and hiker, holding years of experience traversing numerous trails throughout his home country, as well as mastering some of the most difficult trails across New Zealand, Scotland, California, and Utah. Eric Robinson was no stranger to national parks and month-long trips. With an unyielding passion for the great outdoors, Eric meticulously planned each and every one of his outdoor excursions, immersing himself in extensive research about each region he ventured into. However, despite his expertise and careful preparations, Eric's disappearance on the Highline Trail in the Winters Wilderness, Utah, remains a perplexing enigma and is a telling sign of the strange nature of the Winters Mountains and their unexplainable cluster of missing persons reports. Equipped with a red backpack, a sturdy tent, a personal sleeping bag, some bear spray, an expensive and well-tested personal transponder, his cell phone, and a sufficient 14-day food supply for his 10-day, 60-mile hike, Eric embarked on his anticipated adventure sometime in late July. According to Eric's girlfriend, Marilyn would last see Eric Robinson when she dropped him off at the Melbourne airport and said her goodbyes as he began his trip to the United States. According to close friends of Eric, he was picked up after arriving at Salt Lake City Airport and would stay his first night at his friend's house and enjoy an afternoon and evening together. It would be during this time, while at his friend's house, that Eric Robinson would go over the details surrounding his upcoming trek and inform the group that he had expected to arrive at his first rendezvous point during the afternoon of the 7th of August near Mirror Lake, and to expect to hear from him and see him at around that time. Interestingly enough, friends would also claim that Eric Robinson had talked about how his vast amount of experience traveling across harsher terrains would make this short hike a breeze. On the following morning of the 28th of July, Eric Robinson would be dropped off by his friends at the Highline trailhead, ready to immerse himself in the vast surrounding wilderness. According to his friends, Eric was last seen in high spirits and had done one last preliminary check of his supplies to ensure that everything was in good quality and sufficient for his trip. It would be on the 2nd of August that Eric Robinson would last be seen before being reported missing. According to investigators, it would be sometime in the afternoon that a troop of Boy Scouts and their scout leaders would happen to coincidentally cross paths with Eric Robinson while the group was near the Yellowstone Creek drainage area, a few miles away from the Highline Trail that Eric had supposedly originally been scheduled to use. The leaders would later tell investigators that at the time of the sighting, Eric Robinson appeared to have had an upbeat demeanor and was in excellent physical condition, telling the troop about his plans to use the Highline Trail to his advantage. After hearing Eric's claim that he planned to stay on the Highline Trail, though the troop was nowhere near the trail, the troop's leader decided to pull out their maps and make some comparisons. After about an hour, Eric Robinson was reoriented and redirected back to the correct trail after realizing that he had been off of the trail for a little over an hour. It would be during this time, in the late afternoon, that Eric Robinson would bid the group farewell and walk in the direction designated by the troop leader in the right direction. As the appointed day of Eric's expected arrival at Mirror Lake on the 7th of August came and went without any sign of the experienced outdoorsman, his close friends grew increasingly concerned and believed that something terrible may have happened to Eric, as it was unlike him completely to not stick rigidly to his trail itinerary. Fearing the worst, the group of friends contacted the United States Forest Service and the local Duchesne County Sheriff's Department to help organize a search and rescue effort for their missing friend. Local newspapers would claim that an experienced sheriff by the name of Travis Mitchell was assigned to the case and would organize the search and rescue operation, getting volunteers and trained men in the areas along the Highline Trail within the hour of being contacted. The search efforts involved a comprehensive array of resources, including helicopters, equestrians, all-terrain vehicles, a team of experienced bloodhounds, and local campers and hikers who decided to volunteer. Sheriff Mitchell also contacted Marilyn, who attested to Eric's excellent health and unwavering passion for hiking and exploration, and gathered all of the information he needed about Eric's expected travels and itinerary. Eric's extensive preparations, including carrying extra supplies for unforeseen circumstances, showcased his competence and dedication to safety and helped put the search and rescue volunteers at ease, allowing them to do a more thorough examination of each gridded area before moving on to the next. Unfortunately for investigators, despite 15 days of relentless searching, the rescue teams found no trace of Eric Robinson. Based on the Boy Scouts' sighting on August 2nd, the search area was somewhat confined, yet their efforts yielded no breakthroughs. Recognizing that the search operations were nearing their conclusion, Marilyn made the difficult decision to travel to Utah. As the 22nd of August marked the official termination date of all search operations, Marilyn valiantly continued her quest to find Eric by distributing posters and photographs at various trailheads throughout the area. Regrettably, all endeavors to locate Eric proved fruitless, and the equipment he carried has never been found. Oddly enough, Eric's tragic hike and disappearance was reported just 1 mile west of Cuberant Lake, the same location where 12-year-old Garrett Bardsley had vanished without a trace back on the 20th of August in 2004, leaving behind an enduring mystery. Eric's disappearance further deepens the eerie connection between hikers and the enigmatic Winters Wilderness, as both he and Garrett were last seen by Boy Scouts, raising unsettling questions about the region's inexplicable nature. Eric Robinson's disappearance on the Highline Trail has baffled investigators and outdoor enthusiasts alike. Despite his thorough preparations and adherence to safety measures, He vanished into the vast expanse of the Wintus wilderness, leaving no clues to his whereabouts. Selsa Lucero. Within the breathtaking scenic landscape of the US state of New Mexico lies the captivating Manzano mountain range, a cluster of large mountains and valleys that stretch out southwards, running parallel to the city of Albuquerque. These mountains, unlike the typical image of the state, host some of the densest lush greenery of New Mexico, coupled with overgrown and towering trees that line the mountain range throughout the area. Unfortunately for the Lucero family, it would be within this mesmerizing backdrop that a puzzling incident would suddenly unfold on the 9th of November, back in 1940, shrouding the region in dark and terrifying mystery. Selsa Lucero, a resilient 51-year-old woman who suffered from hearing loss, embarked on a journey with her family from Los Duranes to the Manzano Mountains. The goal of the trip, according to the family, was to continue their annual tradition of traveling to the mountain range to gather clusters of wild piñon seeds, also known as pine nuts, which flourished abundantly in the area. Preparing for the outing, Selsa took great care to equip herself with adequate protection, fashioning herself with a thick mitten that would cover her left hand to help shield it from the prickly pine needles on the piñon plants. Selsa Lucero's family would also later tell investigators that Selsa was also believed to have been dressed in thick, warm attire and even carried matches to combat any unforeseen chill in the event that the wind would get worse at higher altitudes. As the day progressed, the Lucero group, composed of Selsa's close sisters, her nephews, and other family members, would leave their campsite sometime around 10:30 in the morning, agreeing to all reconvene and meet back up at the campsite by 3:30 in the afternoon. The last known person to have seen Selsa shortly before her sudden disappearance would claim to have seen the 51-year-old woman preparing her equipment before beginning her hike away from the camp at around 11 in the morning. It would be at around that time that Selsa was believed to have briefly accompanied another camper, who was not a member of their family or a member of their camping group, before venturing out on her own to pursue piñon gathering. Despite Selsa's disability, suffering from an estimated 90% hearing loss, the Lucero family was unconcerned when Selsa left the campsite to travel on her own, as she was often considered the most experienced hiker among the entire family. Selsa's brother would later tell investigators that Selsa was one of the most capable hikers he had ever known and was in excellent physical shape for her age. Even more reassuring, the campsite location was surrounded by some of the easiest amateur hiking trails of the range and had been a spot frequented by the family countless times in the past. Oddly enough, however, as the clock struck 3:30 in the afternoon, a terrible sense of unease began to settle among the campers and the Lucero group when Selsa was nowhere to be found. Roughly 30 minutes later, their worry grew exponentially as Selsa had yet to return. Faced with the harsh realities of their predicament, the family decided to build a large fire to stave off the chilling temperatures and provide a beacon for Selsa to find her way back. Unfortunately for the family, they all understood that shouting for Selsa would have been in vain due to her deafness, and so decided to establish a grid-like search pattern, starting the direction that Selsa had believed to have wandered off to. Throughout the night, the Lucero family tirelessly scoured the area in search of their missing loved one, but were unable to find any sign of the missing 51-year-old. On the following day, on November 10th, an estimated 16 hours after Selsa was considered to be missing, the Lucero family would contact the United States Forest Service, seeking assistance and hope in their quest to find Selsa Lucero nearby. The formal search and rescue operation for Selsa Lucero spanned a period of 2 weeks, but it was a task fraught with challenges. The newspapers of the time reported that the search efforts had to be repeatedly halted due to the sudden unprecedented cold weather that swept through the mountains. For reasons not entirely understood, the expected cold weather of the mountain range would suddenly shift into a dramatic freeze that would see temperatures throughout the area plummet by more than 20 degrees at a time. Despite initial weather forecasts expecting warmer temperatures for the next month, the sudden freeze would come and go sporadically throughout the search and rescue time frame. Despite Selsa's warm clothing and possession of matches, teams of pilots across several different aircraft, trained search and rescue horsemen, a group of volunteer hikers, and even an experienced team of bloodhounds were unable to find any sign of the missing 51-year-old woman. According to search and rescue volunteers and missing person investigators, more than 20 miles radiating out from where Selsa was last seen had been thoroughly checked, and then checked again, but there seemed to be no indication where Selsa had disappeared off to. Even more peculiar, despite having several different sources of Selsa's scent to track, the K9 team was unable to pick up any trail of Selsa after following several hundred feet from the campsite. Among the searchers, one person stood out, a man by the name of Selsa Lucero, Selsa Lucero's devoted brother. Even after others had given up hope, Selsa continued to search for Selsa, determined to find his beloved sister. In a November 10, 1941, article published in the Albuquerque Journal, Selsa expressed his ongoing concern, revealing the following. "We have found no trace of her since she left camp. Not even the coffee can she carry to put her piñons in, or her mitten." Selsa had ventured away from her camp in El Cañón de la Carolina, situated on the western slope of the Manzano Mountains. Over 350 searchers, comprising the New Mexico State Police Department, sheriff's deputies, police officers, forest rangers, Navajo Indian trackers, and over a couple hundred volunteers, scoured the mountains in a desperate bid to locate the missing woman. However, their efforts proved fruitless, and the whereabouts of Selsa Lucero remained elusive, her fate a haunting mystery. To this day, her ultimate fate remains unknown, forever etched into the enigmatic nature of the Manzano Mountains. The disappearance of Amy Jackson in Sequoia National Park. In the realm of perplexing vanishings, the enigma surrounding the disappearance of Amy Jackson stands as a haunting testament to the mysteries that shroud the Sequoia National Park, located in the state of California. According to one of the strangest missing persons reports ever made, it would be on a fateful evening of August 13th, back in 1966, that Amy Jackson, a mere 18 months old, would suddenly disappear while embarked on a short camping adventure with her parents. The nature of Amy Jackson's disappearance would leave investigators puzzled, as the young girl appeared to vanish in the middle of the night while lying alongside her two parents. According to the report, the Jackson family would journey from their cozy residence, located in the small town of Upland, California, to the idyllic sanctuary of Pier Creek campgrounds, where they would decide to camp for the night. Eager to bask in the serenity of large sequoia trees and in the safe camping spot often frequented by other experienced hikers and campers, the family promptly set up camp upon their arrival, ready to immerse themselves in the ethereal beauty that surrounded them. As night soon fell upon the wild landscape, the Jackson family, satiated after a delightful meal and a short hike throughout the surrounding area, finally decided to return back to their tent, which zipped up completely, and lay down for the night. According to Amy's parents, all three were sleeping inside the enclosed tent, with Amy sleeping in the middle of both of her parents when they last saw their 18-month-old daughter. Oddly enough, in the middle of the night, Mrs. Jackson would wake up to find that Amy Jackson was nowhere to be found, with the tent zipper still closed and no sign of Amy ever having woken up or walking away from their campsite. Panicked at the sight of their missing daughter, Mr. and Mrs. Jackson would immediately reach out to the national park officials to begin a search for their missing 18-month-old daughter. At first, the parents believed that Amy had been kidnapped, as it seems unlikely that the 18-month-old could have unzipped and zipped the tent back up and wandered off into the night very far. Despite this suspicion, however, the National Park Police swiftly mobilized their forces and established a search and rescue operation within an hour of being notified of the girl's disappearance, unleashing a formidable arsenal of bloodhounds and aerial support in a relentless quest to locate the missing toddler. However, the conclusion of the first day's search left the commanding officers concerned and confused, grappling with the absence of any tangible evidence regarding Amy's whereabouts. To the utter dismay of investigators and national park officials, even the highly trained bloodhounds failed to catch a whiff of Amy Jackson's scent, with the dogs displaying strange behavior and refusing to leave the tent, as if Amy had never left the tent to begin with. The lack of cooperation from the bloodhounds and trouble with finding any evidence or sign of the toddler, despite searching the area within a 3-mile radius, would force the National Park Service to reach out for assistance beyond their jurisdiction. In a remarkable turn of events, the revered Federal Bureau of Investigation was summoned to lend their expertise, amplifying the search efforts with additional helicopters, ground searchers, equestrians, and a fervent core of dedicated volunteers, all united in their tireless pursuit of locating the missing girl. With the focus of the search efforts centered approximately 25 miles east of Porterville, at a dizzying elevation of 7,000 feet, the search and rescue operation continued over the course of 4 days with unwavering resolve. Yet, despite these best efforts, little to no sign of the missing girl was ever uncovered. Although tragic for the Jackson family, investigators felt that the gravity of the situation prompted a response from the FBI to investigate the Jackson parents, with the Tulare County Sheriff's Department claiming that the account of events told by the parents seemed not only implausible but completely impossible, suspecting instead that foul play on the part of the parents had taken place. By the third day of the search, the collective might of nearly 400 searchers, meticulously scouring every inch of the campsite and its surrounding environs, fervently hoping for a trace of the 18-month-old girl, was unable to make any new major discoveries. The disheartening reality of the situation was further underscored by the bloodhounds' baffling failure to detect Amy's scent, and the fact that the 18-month-old girl should not have been able to have travelled very far from the camp in the middle of the night, given her size and the time of her disappearance, adding yet another layer of intrigue to an already confounding puzzle. However, on the 4th day of the relentless search, a tragic resolution soon emerged as the Kern County Special Rescue Team made a chilling discovery. An August 18, 1966 article in the esteemed Arizona Republic recounts the harrowing moment a crack Kern County Special Rescue Team found her nestled at the base of a colossal rock, perched precariously uphill from the Deer Creek campground. This account vividly illustrates why the Kern County Sheriff felt compelled to involve the FBI, grappling with the nightmarish scenario of how she vanished from a tent, defying logical explanation while evading the search efforts of both humans and hounds. The assumption arising from this discovery suggested the possibility of a fatal fall from a towering boulder, hinting at the heartbreaking prospect that Amy may have traversed even greater distances before meeting her demise, or succumbed to the unforgiving elements of exposure. Reports also alluded to the fact that a 3-mile radius encompassing the campsite had been meticulously scoured prior to the discovery, yielding no trace of anything strange or any sign of the girl's passing. As the notion of filing a Freedom of Information Act request with the FBI remains futile, considering their steadfast refusal to release any information on ongoing investigations, the incident surrounding Amy Jackson's disappearance remains steeped in suspicion, even in the modern day. Masters of meticulous documentation and the subsequent classification of files, the FBI safeguards a repository of accounts pertaining to the peculiar disappearances of missing children. As we delve deeper into the recesses of this disconcerting narrative, the looming question persists. What hidden forces conspire behind these baffling occurrences, and what truths lie shrouded within the vaults of the unknown? This mysterious photograph was just shared by Apes on Reddit. It was taken at the London Thames by the Naval College at 6 p.m. on the 27th of July. Oddly enough, this isn't the first time that something strange has been spotted moving around in the Thames. The River Thames, a historic waterway flowing through the heart of London, has been a subject of fascination and intrigue for centuries. Among the countless stories and tales associated with it, one of the most enduring is that of the River Thames monster, often referred to as the Thames Serpent. The story of the River Thames monster dates back to the 19th century, with accounts of an unidentified creature residing in the murky waters of the Thames. These narratives often depict a serpentine creature, usually large in size, with a long, slender body akin to an elongated eel or snake. The first recorded sighting was in 1873, when a man named William Cottrey claimed to have seen an enormous creature near the Isle of Dogs. The description was vivid: a creature with a rounded head, large eyes, and an elongated body that rose 2 meters above the water. Over the years, several other sightings have contributed to the monster's legend. In 2016, a video surfaced online showing a large, dark object moving through the water near the O2 Arena. The video, which quickly garnered millions of views, sparked renewed interest and speculation about the creature's existence. Yet, what could explain these sightings? One theory proposes that the creature might be a large species of eel. The European conger eel, for instance, can grow up to 3 meters long and is native to the Thames. Misidentification, especially of unusually large specimens, could potentially explain some of these sightings. Other suggestions have included an out-of-place marine mammal, such as a seal or dolphin, which have been known to occasionally visit the Thames. Their movements and behavior, when observed partially submerged or from a distance, might be mistaken for something more exotic or monstrous. Yet another hypothesis suggests that the sightings might be of large, non-native species inadvertently introduced into the Thames. This could range from released pets, like large snakes or monitor lizards, to marine species transported via ship ballast water. However, skepticism abounds in scientific circles about the Thames monster's existence. The lack of clear, irrefutable evidence, such as high-quality photographs, physical traces, or captured specimens, makes it hard to confirm the creature's identity definitively. Furthermore, the River Thames is one of the most studied and monitored waterways in the world, making it unlikely that a large, undiscovered species could remain hidden. Moreover, it's crucial to consider the role of psychology and social factors in monster sightings. Often people see what they expect or want to see, a phenomenon known as pareidolia. In the case of the River Thames monster, it's possible that ambiguous sightings get interpreted as more monstrous due to the existing folklore. Lastly, let's not underestimate the influence of the media and societal fascination with the unknown. Cryptids, creatures whose existence is disputed or unsubstantiated, hold a particular allure in popular culture. This fascination often results in heightened interest, media coverage, and consequently, more reported sightings. As of right now, while the River Thames monster captures the imagination, the evidence supporting its existence is scant and largely anecdotal. Whether it's a misidentified known animal, an out-of-place creature, or merely a figment of collective imagination, the tale of the Thames monster continues to add a touch of mystery to London's iconic river. For centuries, sailors across various cultures have told riveting tales of sea serpents, monstrous creatures reputed to dwell in the deep, unexplored expanses of the world's oceans. These narratives have been an integral part of maritime folklore, often contributing to sailors' wariness of uncharted territories. The description of sea serpents varies across cultures and eras, but typically portrays them as enormous, snake-like beasts with terrifying features. Some accounts describe them as having horse-like heads, manes, and large, menacing eyes. Others report multiple humps, vast coiling bodies, or even the presence of wings. Such tales have pervaded seafaring cultures for millennia. Ancient Greeks told tales of the Hydra and the Scylla, multi-headed sea monsters that terrorized sailors. Similarly, Norse mythology presents the Jormungandr, or the Midgard serpent, an enormous sea creature that encircles the world. However, historical accounts aren't merely restricted to mythology. As early as the 4th century BC, the Greek explorer Pytheas described seeing a sea monster during his voyage near modern-day Norway. By the 19th century, sea serpent sightings had become a widespread phenomenon, particularly in North Atlantic waters. Numerous shiplogs, newspaper reports, and personal journals of this era document these encounters, often in considerable detail. The Gloucester sea serpent, sighted repeatedly off the coast of Massachusetts in the early 19th century, was one such example, sparking considerable debate and intrigue. However, in spite of these abundant accounts, no tangible evidence of sea serpents' existence has ever been found. This lack of scientific proof has led researchers to propose various explanations for these sightings. Some theorize that many sightings could be cases of mistaken identity. Known marine animals like giant oarfish, sharks, or even whales might have been perceived as sea serpents. Psychology also plays a substantial role in these encounters. Furthermore, the psychological stress of long sea voyages, coupled with fear of the unknown, might contribute to such misinterpretations. Finally, the cultural context cannot be ignored. In many societies, maritime folklore serves as a warning system, cautioning sailors against venturing into dangerous, unexplored waters. Sea serpents often symbolize these unknown risks, serving as metaphoric embodiments of the sea's dangers. During the 19th century, newspapers frequently sensationalized sea serpent stories to boost sales. Even today, the allure of sea monster stories continues to captivate public interest, often leading to exaggerated or fabricated reports. The 19th century was a period of global exploration and scientific discovery, but it was also a time where the line between myth and reality was frequently blurred. One of the most captivating instances of this era was the HMS Daedalus's sea serpent sighting in 1848. It is remembered not only for the widespread interest it triggered, but also for the rigorous debate it sparked in the scientific community. On August 6, 1848, HMS Daedalus, a British Royal Navy ship, was en route from the Cape of Good Hope to St. Helena in the South Atlantic, when Captain Peter Michio and his crew reported an encounter with a giant sea serpent. The creature, according to Michio, was approximately 60 feet in length, with a further 30 feet of its body seen coiling beneath the water's surface. He described the creature as having no fins, a dark brown color with a yellowish-white underbelly, and a snake-like head held 4 feet above the water. Michio's detailed report, published in the Times of London, garnered immediate attention. The story was soon picked up by other newspapers and periodicals, igniting a flurry of interest, debate, and speculation across the country. Some readers were intrigued, some were skeptical, and others dismissed it as pure fantasy. The scientific community was similarly divided. Some naturalists supported Michio's account, citing it as evidence of large, unknown marine creatures yet to be discovered. Others, however, were skeptical. Sir Richard Owen, a prominent British biologist and a leading critic, suggested that the creature was nothing more than an elephant seal, or possibly a piece of floating seaweed misinterpreted by the ship's crew. The controversy escalated when Michio published a rebuttal defending his account. He emphasized the excellent visibility on the day of the sighting and the proximity of the creature, which, according to him, was close enough to rule out misidentification. Moreover, he asserted that he and his men were experienced sailors, implying their credibility and capability in distinguishing unfamiliar creatures from known marine animals. The International Space Station stands as a beacon of human ingenuity and collaboration, orbiting Earth as a symbol of our collective pursuit of knowledge and exploration. Since its inception, the space station has served as a platform for scientific research, technological innovation, and international cooperation, enabling astronauts from around the world to conduct experiments, observe our planet, and peer into the depths of space. Yet amidst the routine operations and scientific endeavors aboard the ISS, astronauts have occasionally encountered mysterious objects and anomalies that defy easy explanation, capturing the imagination of both scientists and the public alike. These mysterious sightings, recorded by cameras aboard the International Space Station and shared with the world through live feeds and recordings, have sparked intense speculation and debate among researchers, enthusiasts, and skeptics. One such sighting is the snake-like object, a mysterious anomaly caught on camera during routine operations aboard the space station. The snake-like object, captured on camera, is a captivating sight that defies conventional explanations. Its elongated, sinuous form resembles that of a serpent, with distinct features and movements that suggest it is not a mere optical illusion or camera artifact. While some skeptics dismiss such sightings as anomalies or glitches, careful analysis reveals patterns and characteristics that defy easy explanation. Upon closer examination, the snake-like object displayed distinct characteristics that set it apart from known space phenomena. Moreover, its trajectory and behavior seemed to defy the laws of physics, as it navigated the vacuum of space with apparent ease and purpose. Online users and researchers analyzed the footage, searching for clues to unravel the mystery of the snake-like object. Some proposed theories, suggesting that it could be a cosmic serpent, a celestial phenomenon born from the chaotic forces of the universe. Others speculated that it might be an extraterrestrial life form, a sentient being navigating the cosmos in ways beyond our comprehension. The sighting of the snake-like object raises intriguing questions about the nature of space and the mysteries that lie beyond our planet. If confirmed to be a genuine phenomenon, its existence could have profound implications for our understanding of the cosmos and the possibility of life beyond Earth. What's strange is that those who saw it said that the live feed was shut down shortly after it came into view. Moreover, the encounter with the snake-like object underscores the importance of continued exploration and observation of space. Oddly enough, this isn't the first time that a snake-like object has been seen close to the International Space Station. During his solo mission, Dr. Story Musgrave, the astronaut, recounted encountering a peculiar snake-like entity trailing his spacecraft. In a subsequent interview conducted in 1994, he detailed the experience, describing the creature as resembling a live serpent that maneuvered through the vast expanse of space, shadowing his craft for an extended duration. Musgrave pondered whether this mysterious being originated from Earth, speculating that it had somehow ascended to the upper atmosphere to keep pace with his spacecraft. His intriguing account sheds light on a unique and mystical encounter in space, raising questions about the possibility of unknown life forms traversing the cosmic realms alongside human exploration. This narrative not only underscores the awe-inspiring nature of space travel, but also underscores the mysteries and wonders that await exploration beyond our familiar terrestrial boundaries. Dr. Story Musgrave, a renowned astronaut, has reported encountering peculiar space creatures during his space missions, with space snakes being a common sight trailing behind spacecraft for extended periods. Notably, Dr. Musgrave even documented video footage of these space snakes, bearing a resemblance to pyrosomes found in the depths of the ocean. Referred to as the Musgrave eel, these mysterious entities have been unofficially labelled as such, despite the National Aeronautics and Space Administration dismissing them as verifiable sightings. The unique accounts of Dr. Musgrave regarding these intriguing space beings highlight the mystique and uncharted realms that astronauts might encounter during their ventures beyond Earth's atmosphere. Dr. Musgrave's observations add an intriguing layer to the exploration of space, shedding light on the unforeseen phenomena that defy conventional understanding and contribute to the allure of space exploration. Dr. Story Musgrave, a renowned astronaut, remains perplexed by the unidentified creatures he encountered, as he confesses that even now, the true nature of these entities eludes him, leaving him devoid of any plausible explanations for the sightings he experienced. Unidentified objects have long been a subject of intrigue and speculation, with numerous sightings reported worldwide. As space exploration continues to advance, attention has turned to the possibility of sightings during space missions. SpaceX, founded by visionary entrepreneur Elon Musk, has emerged as a leading private space exploration company. With a mission to make space travel more accessible and affordable, SpaceX has achieved several historic milestones, including the successful launch and retrieval of reusable rockets. As SpaceX missions have become more frequent and publicized, they have also attracted increased attention from enthusiasts and researchers who keep a keen eye on footage and live streams from these space journeys. Several reports of unidentified objects during SpaceX missions have surfaced over the years. These sightings involve the observation of unusual and unexplained objects in the vicinity of the spacecraft, prompting questions about their origin and nature. One notable incident occurred during the SpaceX Crew Dragon mission to the International Space Station. As the spacecraft approached the International Space Station, viewers noticed a mysterious object passing near the capsule on the live stream. The object appeared to be a bright, fast-moving light, leading to widespread speculation and excitement within the community. Those who saw the object said that it was in the shape of a triangle. The phenomenon of triangle-shaped aircrafts began to gain prominence in the latter half of the 20th century. Witnesses described these objects as large, silent, and black triangular crafts, often with lights at each corner. They are characterized by their ability to hover, accelerate rapidly, and move silently across the sky, differentiating them from conventional aircraft. These mysterious aircrafts were commonly sighted during the 1980s and 1990s. Various hypotheses have been proposed to explain these triangle-shaped aircrafts, though none have been definitively proven. Some have suggested that they could be advanced military aircrafts. Skeptics posit that these sightings could be attributed to classified military aircraft undergoing testing or surveillance operations. The triangular shape and advanced capabilities may be the result of cutting-edge technology. Other theories suggest that these objects may be advanced, secret technology developed by governments or private corporations, concealed from public knowledge for security reasons. Enthusiasts who research the unknown have proposed that these triangle-shaped aircrafts may be evidence of advanced visitations to Earth. After each reported sighting during SpaceX missions, the claims are subjected to scrutiny and investigation. Scientists and experts analyze available footage and data to identify potential natural or man-made explanations for the observed phenomena. In the case of the SpaceX Crew Dragon mission, NASA and SpaceX officials acknowledged the sighting, but quickly dismissed it as a reflection from the spacecraft's own thrusters or other debris in the vicinity. They emphasized that the appearance of these objects is not uncommon during space missions and can often be explained by mundane factors. Despite efforts to explain these sightings, challenges remain in conclusively determining the nature of the observed objects. In the absence of concrete evidence, skepticism persists among mainstream scientists and space agencies. While investigators remain cautious, proponents of the existence of advanced life see these reported sightings as potential evidence of an advanced presence in space. They argue that the vastness of the universe and the increasing number of exoplanets discovered suggest that the possibility of life beyond Earth cannot be dismissed. For some, sightings during SpaceX missions serve as a reminder that space exploration opens up new frontiers and opportunities to encounter the unknown. The search for advanced life continues to captivate the public imagination and drives scientific endeavors, such as the search for biosignatures and habitable exoplanets. One positive outcome of these sightings during SpaceX missions is the heightened interest in space exploration and the cosmos. These sightings capture the public's attention, sparking conversations about the possibility of life beyond Earth and the need to explore and understand our universe better. The fascination with unidentified objects also serves as a catalyst for inspiring the next generation of space enthusiasts and scientists. The allure of the unknown and the prospect of encountering the extraordinary encourage young minds to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Unidentified objects have captivated the human imagination for generations, sparking curiosity and speculation about the possibility of advanced life. Among the countless reported sightings, a particular category, the triangle-shaped ones, has emerged as a source of fascination and intrigue. Triangle-shaped unidentified objects have been documented globally, often described as large, silent, and low-flying objects, with lights at each corner. Triangle-shaped sightings have extended beyond Earth's atmosphere, making their presence known during space missions. Astronauts on various missions have reported anomalous sightings of triangular objects near spacecraft, prompting intrigue and investigation. During the Space Shuttle mission in 1991, astronauts captured a video showing several fast-moving, flashing objects in space. Analysis of the footage revealed a triangular pattern, leading to speculation about the presence of unidentified spacecraft. Astronauts, who have ventured beyond the Earth's atmosphere, have reported unusual sightings of objects that cannot be easily identified. During space missions, astronauts have described seeing bright lights, fast-moving objects, and other unexplained phenomena. One of the most famous accounts comes from Apollo 11 astronauts, who during their journey to the Moon reported seeing a strange object near their spacecraft. The astronauts later attributed the sighting to a detached panel from their spacecraft, but the incident sparked speculation about mysterious encounters in space. The sightings of unidentified objects in space have led to a variety of explanations. Skeptics often attribute these sightings to space debris, satellites, or optical illusions caused by the peculiar conditions of space travel. On the other hand, some enthusiasts and researchers propose that the sightings could be evidence of advanced civilizations observing human space exploration, The vastness of the cosmos and the potential for other intelligent life forms fuel speculation about possible advanced encounters. The sightings of mysterious lights in space raise the question known as the Fermi paradox. If advanced civilizations are abundant in the universe, why have we not made contact with them? This paradox continues to puzzle scientists and suggests that there may be factors limiting communication or encounters with other advanced civilizations. Sightings during space missions and the associated debates have had an impact on space exploration and policy. Space agencies like NASA have been compelled to address sightings by providing explanations for specific incidents to maintain public trust and confidence. Investigating sightings in space presents unique challenges. The vastness of space makes it difficult to verify sightings, and the limited number of space missions limits opportunities for direct observations. Furthermore, the secrecy surrounding certain space missions and the reluctance of space agencies to disclose sensitive information have fueled ideas about hidden knowledge of advanced encounters.
Michio Kaku predicts alien contact. Michio Kaku has gained a reputation as a renowned physicist and futurist. Having written numerous books on scientific topics, gained popularity as a presenter, and achieved recognition as the co-founder of string field theory, he is well regarded as an authority in the field of science. Michio made headlines when he claimed that humans would encounter alien life forms within this century. Michio stated, "I think we will pick up a signal from an intelligent civilization in outer space in this century. However, that doesn't mean we'll have a two-way conversation. They could be many hundreds of light years away, so it would take hundreds of years for a conversation to take place. But when that takes place, when we do eavesdrop on an intelligent civilization in outer space, that could be a turning point in the history of civilization on Earth." He claims that life throughout the Milky Way is inevitable, adding that when we look out into the night sky, we must realize that someone could be looking back, also wondering if other life forms may exist in our solar system. Michio also claims that we won't just find any signs of life, but also intelligent life. Our galaxy is potentially packed with billions of Earth-like planets that could host a variety of different life forms. Although the actual number of exoplanets far exceeds the 4,000 that have already been recorded and verified, the number of Earth-like planets in our galaxy is estimated to be around 6 billion. Michio explains that when we do encounter life on other planets, we would first need to determine what category of species they are, breaking them down into 3 types: Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3 civilizations. A Type 1 civilization would be roughly 100 years more advanced than our current state on Earth. A Type 2 civilization would be stellar and would be a few thousand years ahead of us. A Type 3 civilization would be over 100,000 years more advanced, be able to control black holes and roam space at will. Kaku highlights the dangers we face when encountering other life forms, as we are Type 0. After intercepting otherworldly messages, he claims we would need to identify the type of civilization they are and the threat they pose. Though Michio thinks that for the most part they will leave us be, as there's no need to plunder our planet for resources, but they will no doubt be curious.
A man recently took to social media to share an interesting photograph that was captured via his dashcam. The man recently utilized social media as a platform to unveil a captivating photograph that he had captured using his vehicle's dashcam. This incident triggered a significant buzz online, drawing attention to the intriguing image. After completing his workday, he recounted that the sighting occurred as he was leaving, mentioning that a particular object drew his attention. The individual conveyed that an unidentified object swiftly flew by his window with astonishing velocity and expressed eagerness to return home to review the recorded footage. This incident left him intrigued and curious about the nature of the object which captured his attention. In the detailed account provided by the man, it was mentioned that the specific item in question was solely visible within a single frame of reference. As he gazed at the image displayed on his monitor, a wave of disbelief washed over him. The sight before him was nothing short of extraordinary, a distinct and perfectly captured image of the object, its smooth and elongated form sharply outlined against the expansive canvas of the sky. The sheer clarity of the photograph revealed intricate details that were previously hidden, adding a new dimension to his understanding of the object. Filled with a mix of excitement and thrill stemming from his serendipitous meeting, he made the choice to delve deeper into the matter. The individual uploaded the image on various social media platforms with the expectation that it would garner attention and potentially reach a wider audience, as he sought validation or confirmation from others who had seen something similar. He detailed the Tic Tac UFO's swift and remarkable ascent into the sky, vanishing from view within a mere fraction of a second, leaving observers astounded by its rapid disappearance. The unidentified flying object accelerated rapidly, demonstrating a velocity that defied common understanding, adding an air of mystery to the encounter. The individual expressed that during his journey back home, he was filled with a sense of amazement and bewilderment, struggling to comprehend the profound impact of what he had just experienced. Upon arriving back at his residence, the individual immediately embarked on disseminating his remarkable find to a global audience. Upon sharing the image of the Tic Tac UFO on various social media platforms, he meticulously recounted his extraordinary experience, providing a thorough depiction of the object's characteristics, actions, and its awe-inspiring velocity capabilities. In his detailed narrative, he delved into the specifics of the UFO's visual aspects, highlighting its unique appearance and peculiar behavior, while also shedding light on the remarkable speeds at which it was able to achieve. In a matter of minutes, a diverse array of individuals began to engage with his picture, drawing in thousands of likes, shares, and comments from individuals spanning across the globe. As word of the individual's unexpected discovery circulated, a myriad of individuals emerged to present their diverse speculations regarding the identity and purpose of the mysterious object. Remarkably, a significant number of individuals noted that the scenario bore striking similarities to the entity witnessed by David Fravor, a former US Navy fighter pilot. Fravor gained widespread recognition for his well-known encounter with a peculiar Tic Tac-shaped object that took place in 2004. This incident has sparked discussions and speculation regarding unidentified flying objects and their potential implications on our understanding of the universe. In 2004, according to US Navy fighter pilot David Fravor, the unidentified flying object he encountered, often referred to as the Tic Tac object, was described as significantly surpassing any technology possessed by the military at that time, currently available, or even anticipated in the upcoming decade. Fravor emphasized that the capabilities demonstrated by this object were beyond the scope of anything within their knowledge or existing inventory and exceeded what they were aiming to achieve technologically. Chad Underwood is widely recognized as the individual responsible for capturing the now famous video footage of the Tic Tac UFO back in November 2004. In the year 2019, he finally decided to share his story, ending a prolonged period of remaining mute. This marked the beginning of him recounting the peculiar and extraordinary events he encountered during his flights. Underwood was actively engaged in naval carrier group maneuvers near the Mexican shoreline during that period. The Navy carrier group exercises in which Underwood was participating were strategically positioned just off the coast of Mexico. For a span of approximately 14 days, the naval missile cruiser USS Princeton had been diligently monitoring a perplexing aerial craft using state-of-the-art electronic radar technology. The inexplicable nature of the interaction with the spacecraft led to a thorough examination of the system, prompting the shutdown and rigorous bug-checking procedures. Despite these precautionary measures, operators remained vigilant and continued monitoring the craft's movements with unwavering determination. On the 14th of November, the former Navy commander Fravor reported an intriguing encounter where he visually spotted an unidentified object that displayed unusual behavior. According to his account, the object appeared to submerge beneath the water's surface, then resurface and rapidly accelerate away when he attempted to get closer to it. Underwood had the opportunity to witness the peculiar object firsthand, following Fravor's prompting to remain vigilant. This occurred when Fravor directed Underwood's attention towards the unusual anomaly, prompting him to perceive the sight for himself. The individual, who previously worked as a pilot, explained to reporters from New York Magazine that they were required to travel to the specific location designated for their training exercises. This journey involved navigating to an area specifically allocated for their training purposes. The individuals in question did not have a particular search objective in mind, yet the Princeton crew possessed a precise target that they intended for them to locate, for want of a more suitable term. Then, out of nowhere, a signal appeared on their radar system, catching their attention. This unexpected development piqued their interest and stirred anticipation among the team. The crew members were poised and alert, ready to investigate this newfound radar blip. In his report, he emphasized that the most notable aspect was the erratic behavior exhibited. By erratic, he specifically alluded to the unprecedented variations in altitude, airspeed, and aspect displayed by the target, which diverged significantly from his previous encounters while engaging other airborne targets. This deviation in flight pattern was unlike anything he had ever witnessed before, making it a unique and perplexing experience for him in terms of aerial anomalies. The unexpected and irregular movements observed in the target's flight behavior left a lasting impression on him due to its unparalleled nature. Aircraft, regardless of whether they are manned or unmanned, must adhere to the fundamental principles of physics. They must generate the necessary lift and propulsion to stay airborne. However, the peculiar case of the Tic Tac defied these conventional norms. It exhibited extraordinary maneuvers by swiftly descending from an altitude of around 50,000 feet to merely 100 feet in a matter of seconds, a feat that defies the known laws of aviation and aerodynamics. Such abrupt and extreme changes in altitude and speed challenge the established boundaries of what is deemed physically achievable within the realm of aerial navigation. Underwood is credited with originating the term Tic Tac to describe the white, wingless oblong object that appeared in the recorded footage from his aircraft while in flight. This description became synonymous with the peculiar unidentified aerial phenomenon captured in the video. In contemplating the unidentified object, the individual unequivocally rejected the possibilities of it being an aircraft, bird, or a weather balloon. However, despite eliminating these conventional explanations, uncertainty lingers as to whether the entity in question pertained to a human origin or derived from a non-human source. In 2017, the public was captivated by the Tic Tac incident, a moment that gained widespread attention after the Pentagon officially verified the authenticity of the footage. The incident came to light once more during a significant event on Wednesday when Fravor, along with 2 other military informants, participated in a congressional hearing in the United States. During the conversation with the authorities, he made a point to clarify that he did not consider himself an enthusiast of unidentified flying objects. Additionally, he confidently expressed his opinion that the Tic Tac exceeded anything within our technological capabilities at that specific time, showcasing his belief in its exceptional superiority. Unveiled in recent years, accounts of unidentified flying objects have captured the fascination of the general populace, sparking curiosity and fascination regarding the potential existence of extraterrestrial beings and advanced aerial occurrences. Notably within this realm is that of the Tic Tac UFOs, a series of encounters entailing mysterious aircraft manifesting unique characteristics and behavior patterns. This discourse delves into the strange nature of Tic Tac UFOs, scrutinizing the documented sightings, the diverse conjectures regarding their genesis, and the ramifications for our comprehension of the cosmos at large. The exploration will delve deeply into the various reported instances, encompassing accounts from witnesses worldwide, and will also interlace the scientific theories and speculations surrounding these peculiar aerial phenomena. The phenomenon, known as Tic Tac UFOs, has its origins in a series of incidents involving military personnel and aviators who reported observing peculiar airborne entities bearing a resemblance to Tic Tacs. As mentioned, the emergence of these sightings into the spotlight occurred following their disclosure by former US Navy pilot David Fravor in an article published in 2017. This renewed interest has prompted a deeper exploration into the characteristics and origins of these perplexing aerial objects. As per the first-hand observations provided, Tic Tac UFOs are notably distinguished by their compact oblong shape, resembling a small capsule or pill. Moreover, these unidentified aerial phenomena have captivated attention due to their extraordinary capability to execute swift and erratic maneuvers that appear to challenge our conventional understanding of physics. The collective narratives from various witnesses not only underscore the baffling nature of these encounters, but also prompt a profound reflection on the fundamental principles governing such unconventional aerial phenomena. In the realm of Tic Tac UFO sightings, a standout feature lies in the propulsion systems attributed to these mysterious phenomena. The propulsion mechanisms of Tic Tac UFOs defy conventional norms by operating devoid of discernible indicators such as traditional engines, wings, or exhaust systems. Witnesses recount mesmerizing encounters where Tic Tac UFOs demonstrate extraordinary capabilities, including hovering motionlessly in the sky, executing rapid movements across vast distances, and executing instantaneous maneuvers that defy the laws of physics governing conventional aircraft. Furthermore, data extracted from radar systems deployed by military entities lends additional credence to these accounts, as they register the presence of unidentified aerial objects, showcasing behaviors and attributes that defy conventional explanation. The convergence of eyewitness testimonies and empirical radar data reinforces the perplexing nature of these sightings, raising profound questions regarding the origins and capabilities of these elusive craft. The origins and characteristics of Tic Tac UFOs have generated a plethora of theories, ranging from conventional to more esoteric notions, involving advanced technologies and extraterrestrial cognition. While some skeptics posit that Tic Tac UFO sightings might be attributed to misidentification of standard airplanes, drones, or natural atmospheric occurrences like weather balloons or ball lightning, others ponder the possibility of these UFOs being experimental military aircraft or clandestine drones developed by foreign adversaries. However, these theories fall short in explaining the remarkable capabilities demonstrated by these enigmatic objects. The discourse surrounding Tic Tac UFOs is multifaceted, delving into both terrestrial and otherworldly explanations in attempts to unravel the mysteries that shroud them, highlighting a confluence of scientific inquiry and speculative curiosity. Proponents of the extraterrestrial hypothesis posit that Tic Tac UFOs may serve as compelling evidence of advanced technology originating from civilizations outside Earth. They highlight the remarkable speed, agility, and maneuvering capabilities demonstrated by these unidentified objects, which seem to surpass the known technological advancements achievable by humanity. The absence of visible propulsion mechanisms or aerodynamic structures further indicates a level of technological sophistication that exceeds our current comprehension of physics and engineering principles. This perspective suggests the existence of capabilities that not only outstrip present human achievements, but also challenge our fundamental understanding of the universe, implying the potential involvement of beings from distant worlds with significantly advanced technological prowess. The phenomenon of Tic Tac UFOs has sparked various theories beyond the extraterrestrial hypothesis. Some researchers suggest that these mysterious objects might represent manifestations of interdimensional or extra-dimensional entities that challenge conventional concepts of space and time. This intriguing perspective posits that Tic Tac UFOs could potentially originate from parallel dimensions or alternate realities that intersect with our own, briefly materializing in our physical world before vanishing without a trace. While this speculation remains purely theoretical, it opens up a profound exploration of the potential existence of realities that exist beyond our current comprehension. The presence of Tic Tac UFOs, regardless of their origins or characteristics, prompts profound contemplation regarding humanity's significance in the vast expanse of the cosmos and the fundamental essence of reality itself. If these strange phenomena serve as indications of extraterrestrial intellect or advanced technological capabilities, what ramifications does this hold for our current comprehension of the universe? Delving into the depths of this intriguing phenomenon, we are compelled to ponder the intricate interplay between human civilization and potential extraterrestrial entities, pushing the boundaries of our understanding and opening up a realm of exploration that may reshape our philosophical and scientific ideologies. The emergence of Tic Tac UFOs serves as a significant point of inquiry that underscores the boundaries of our existing scientific knowledge, emphasizing the imperative for more extensive exploration and examination concerning unidentified aerial phenomena. Through a meticulous examination of sightings involving Tic Tac UFOs and the systematic collection of empirical evidence via scientific scrutiny and evaluation, scholars seek to delve into the intricate enigmas enveloping these perplexing entities, aiming to uncover insights into their origins, behaviors, and implications. This pursuit of knowledge is fueled by a desire to unravel the mysteries of these elusive aerial objects and provide a clearer understanding of their existence within our understanding of the universe. Despite its retirement many years ago, the SR-71 Blackbird from the US Air Force continues to boast multiple prestigious records. This reconnaissance aircraft stands out as the fastest aircraft ever to grace the international skies. In the vast expanse of space lies the realm of celestial mysteries and technological marvels. Among these mysteries, one stands out, a claim by a lone individual who asserts that he has captured photographic evidence of the elusive SR-72 Blackbird near the Moon. Before delving into the purported sighting of the SR-72 Blackbird, it is essential to understand the legacy of its predecessor, the SR-71 Blackbird. Developed by Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works division in the 1960s, the SR-71 Blackbird was a revolutionary reconnaissance aircraft renowned for its speed, altitude, and stealth capabilities. Operating at speeds exceeding Mach 3 and cruising at altitudes of over 85,000 feet, the SR-71 was an icon of American military prowess during the Cold War era. It was against this backdrop that an amateur astronomer and astrophotographer claimed to have captured photographic evidence of the SR-72 Blackbird near the Moon. The individual recounted a surreal experience of witnessing an unidentified aircraft streaking across the lunar surface during a nighttime observation session. According to the eyewitness, the object bore striking similarities to the iconic design of the SR-71 Blackbird, with its distinctive delta-shaped wings and twin-engine configuration. However, what set it apart was its unparalleled speed and agility, defying the laws of physics and leaving a trail of speculation in its wake. The alleged sighting of the SR-72 Blackbird near the Moon raises a myriad of questions and implications for both aviation enthusiasts and military analysts alike. If substantiated, such a revelation would confirm the existence of a next-generation reconnaissance aircraft capable of traversing the vast expanse of space at unprecedented speeds. Oddly enough, it is important to note that the current sighting of this particular aircraft is not an isolated incident. Prior occurrences of this aircraft have been recorded, fueling speculation that it might already be in regular operation within our airspace. This recurrent appearance has sparked curiosity and prompted many to question the true nature and purpose of this aircraft. In addition to this theory, there is a widespread belief that the United States possesses a secretive fleet of advanced aircraft, known as Black projects, with some bearing a striking resemblance to the design mentioned. Notably, among these classified projects is the mysterious Black Triangle aircraft, sightings of which date back to the 1950s and possibly even earlier, as per certain accounts. This speculation surrounding covert aircraft development has sparked numerous stories and theories over the years, adding to the mystique and intrigue surrounding these elusive flying machines. Furthermore, the implications extend beyond the realm of aerospace engineering to geopolitics and national security. The deployment of a hypersonic reconnaissance platform with the capabilities attributed to the SR-72 could potentially revolutionize military strategy and reconnaissance operations, providing unparalleled situational awareness and response capabilities to military commanders. As of right now, the purported sighting of the SR-72 Blackbird near the Moon represents a tantalizing mystery that captures the imagination and curiosity of aerospace enthusiasts and military analysts alike. Whether a genuine encounter with a next-generation reconnaissance aircraft or a product of misidentification and optical illusion, the tale of the SR-72 Blackbird serves as a reminder of the enduring allure of aviation mysteries and the boundless possibilities that lie beyond the horizon. The STS-61C NASA mission was the 24th Space Shuttle mission and the 7th flight of the Columbia Space Shuttle. Launched on January 12, 1986, the mission was a significant milestone in the history of the Space Shuttle program, as it marked the first time that a German astronaut, Reinhard Führer, had flown in space. The primary objective of the STS-61C mission was to deploy the SATCOM Ku-1 communications satellite, which was designed to provide improved communication capabilities for the United States military. The satellite was successfully deployed on the second day of the mission, and its systems were checked out by ground controllers before being put into service. Oddly enough, during the mission, one of the astronauts captured a strange object in space. Due to the shape of the object, it was given the name of the Black Triangle, and those who investigate the unknown reported that these aircrafts are commonly sighted all around the world. Black triangles have become a popular topic, and these mysterious objects are characterized by their triangular shape and black color, and they have been spotted in the skies around the world, as well as in space. One of the most intriguing aspects of the black triangles is their apparent ability to defy the laws of physics. Witnesses have reported seeing these objects hovering motionless in the sky, and then suddenly accelerating to incredible speeds and disappearing from sight. Others have reported seeing the objects flying in formation or making sudden unpredictable turns and maneuvers. While the origin and nature of these objects is still unknown, there are a number of theories that have been proposed to explain their existence. Some suggest that they may be advanced military aircraft or drones, while others believe that they may be sent here by advanced civilizations, similar to what we have done in regards to sending probes to other planets in our solar system. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence supporting the advanced civilization theory is the sheer number of sightings of black triangles over the years. Witnesses from around the world have reported seeing these objects, often with strikingly similar descriptions and behavior patterns. This has led some to suggest that the objects may be part of a larger alien presence that is monitoring our planet. Another theory that has been proposed is that the black triangles may be related to secret government projects or experiments. Some researchers have pointed to the fact that the objects often appear in areas with high concentrations of military or government activity, and have suggested that they may be part of a classified program. Despite the many theories and speculations surrounding black triangles, the truth remains elusive. While some witnesses have captured images and video of these objects, their true nature and purpose remain unknown. However, the study of black triangles and other unidentified objects remains an important area of research for scientists and enthusiasts alike. By gathering and analyzing data on these objects, researchers can gain insights into the mysteries of our universe and the potential existence of extraterrestrial life. Regardless of their true nature and origin, black triangles continue to captivate and intrigue people around the world. Their enigmatic presence in our skies and in space serves as a reminder of the vastness and mystery of the universe, and of the ongoing quest to understand and explore the unknown. Skeptics have said that this object isn't anything mysterious, and that what we are looking at is just a piece of space debris, further noting that as of right now there is a significant amount of space debris in orbit around the Earth, and this debris poses a serious threat to both manned and unmanned spacecraft. According to estimates from the European Space Agency, there are currently around 34,000 pieces of debris larger than 10 centimeters in size in orbit around the Earth. This includes everything from defunct satellites and rocket stages to nuts and bolts from past missions. These larger pieces of debris can cause significant damage if they collide with a spacecraft, and they are a major concern for the safety of manned missions. Over the years, many astronauts have reported seeing unidentified objects during their missions in space. While some of these sightings can be easily explained as natural phenomena or man-made objects, others remain unexplained and continue to fuel speculation about the existence of advanced life. One of the most famous cases of a sighting by an astronaut occurred during the Apollo 11 mission, which landed the first humans on the Moon in 1969. While on their way to the Moon, the crew reported seeing a strange object that appeared to be following them. According to transcripts of their conversations with ground control, the object appeared to be moving in an erratic pattern and was visible for several minutes before disappearing from view. Other astronauts have also reported seeing strange objects in space. During the STS-48 Space Shuttle mission in 1991, the crew observed a series of objects moving in a coordinated manner in the distance. The objects appeared to be moving too quickly to be satellites or other man-made objects, and their sudden changes in direction and speed defied explanation. Other astronauts have also reported seeing strange objects or phenomena during their missions. Some have described seeing flashes of light or objects moving in the distance, while others have reported feeling a sense of unease or discomfort while in space. While some skeptics have dismissed these sightings as mere illusions or misidentifications of natural phenomena, others believe that they provide strong evidence for the existence of advanced life. Some have suggested that the strange objects seen by astronauts may be advanced spacecraft or probes sent by alien civilizations to observe or interact with humanity. Despite the many theories and speculations surrounding sightings in space, the truth remains elusive. While some sightings can be explained by natural phenomena or man-made objects, others remain unexplained and continue to fuel speculation and debate. Regardless of their true nature and origin, sightings by astronauts serve as a reminder of the vastness and mystery of the universe and of the ongoing quest to understand and explore the unknown. Whether or not these sightings are evidence of advanced life, they remind us of the importance of remaining open-minded and curious, and of continuing to explore the mysteries of our universe.
PSR B162026b is 12.5 billion years old. PSR B162026b is over 12,400 light-years away from Earth and is in the constellation Scorpius. It was discovered that this exoplanet has been around for a long time. It's one of the oldest exoplanets that scientists currently know of. It formed about 1 to 2 billion years after the Big Bang. Scientists have not found any traces of oxygen and carbon on the planet, suggesting it is uninhabitable. Because of its old age, it earned the nickname the Genesis Planet and Methuselah. Genesis describes the first book of the Bible, which details how Christians believe the world was created. Methuselah is named after the oldest living person in the Bible. This exoplanet is also the first planet to be found that is circumbinary, meaning it orbits 2 stars instead of 1. The stars are a pulsar and a white dwarf. Pulsars are round and compact with a large mass. They look like a group of stars from Earth, but they blink at regular and consistent rhythms, which is why scientists can use them to find large exoplanets. Pulsars are not like regular stars, but instead they emit 2 intense beams of light in either direction as they spin in a circle, like a lighthouse. White dwarfs are the remnants of stars like the Sun. At some point, the star runs out of energy and turns into a white dwarf or stellar corpse. An exoplanet is simply a planet that orbits other stars. Whereas all of the planets in our solar system rotate around the Sun, exoplanets instead orbit other stars. Exoplanets are hard to find because the stars they orbit emit bright lights, so the glare hides the exoplanet. Instead of sight, astronomers use different techniques to find these exoplanets. The Genesis planet was discovered using the pulsar timing method. The pulsar timing method tracks the electromagnetic radiation from the pulsar the planet circulates. As the planet circles the pulsar radiates electromagnetic radiation that can be identified on Earth. Astronomers record the consistent pulses to determine if there are small inconsistencies in the pulsar's cadence. These inconsistencies occur because an orbiting planet pushes the pulsar off its center. This technique helps scientists understand the system's orbit and the mass of the planets involved. Finding a planet as old as this one helps scientists understand more about the history of our universe. OGLE 2005 BLG 390LB is the coldest exoplanet discovered. OGLE 2005 BLG 390LB, or HOF as some scientists call it, is around 21,500 light-years away from Earth, in the same constellation as PSR B162026b, the constellation of Scorpius. Located in the Milky Way galaxy, OGLE is not habitable, but its discovery may help scientists in their search for planets that are habitable. This is an exoplanet, which means it orbits a star. OGLE's star is a small red star near the center of the Milky Way galaxy. Its location isn't what makes this planet's discovery so interesting. Instead, it's its temperature. OGLE is about 220 degrees Celsius below zero, which is about 364 degrees Fahrenheit below zero. It's the coldest planet ever discovered. Its exterior is covered in rock and ice and has been compared to a similarly cold and more massive Pluto, while its atmosphere is relatively thin and comparable to Earth's. OGLE was discovered using a less popular technique called microlensing. Microlensing occurs when one dimmer star that is closer to the Earth passes in front of a brighter star that is further away from the Earth. As soon as the more dim, closer star moves in front of the bright star in our eye line, the bright light of the more distant star wraps around the closer star and the light gets split into two parts around the dim star.